Yeah, welcome to another episode of ArtCo Drone Solutions, show number 111. How's that? Hey, that's great. Hey, I'm glad you guys all came to the show. We've got a great show today. Um, Weird weekend so far. I wanted to go fly my Mavic Air 2 today because we were going to talk about the new version coming up. And so last night I wanted to charge up the batteries to my Mavic Air 2, and I'm looking all over. I'm like, oh, where the hell did I put those batteries? I had them in the LiPo bag, and the last time I used them was just before the trip down to Florida. And I'm just going nuts trying to find out where I put those batteries. So that's number one. Number two, uh, went did some shopping, went to McDonald's to get some lunch, and after I got my order, I'm pulling away, and I go to roll up my window. I've got electric windows, and nothing happened. I'm like, oh crap, something's going on with it. So, and then I had after that an appointment for my first shot for the COVID vaccine. And I get there and they're telling me, well, you're not in the system. And I'm like, what? You gotta be kidding. And so I gave them all my information and stuff and my insurance card and everything worked out. So I got my first shot today, ran home, well, drove home. I'd be pretty tired if I ran home. Um, I was able to get the window to come up part way. So it's up about 3/4 of an inch. So maybe I'll be able to get to come up all the way later. So things are looking a little bit better. So I'm just glad I got that shot out of the way. Get the next dose on the 15th of May. Downside is I'll have to cancel my fishing trip. I was supposed to go down to Pueblo for the weekend and go fishing. So looks like that's going to get nixed. So maybe I'll be able to go over to the Candyman's ranch, which is straight east of Pueblo in Bristol, and go fishing at his pond. He's got huge bass in there. And there's the Arkansas River, and I'll maybe catch some catfish out of there. So let's get the show going. Let's bring up my first panelist of the day. Let's welcome all the way from Liverpool, New York. It's Chuck. Hello, Chuck. Welcome to the
Hello,
show.
Art. Thanks for having me. Hey, everybody. I got my second shot today of Pfizer, Art,
Awesome.
about 3
Awesome.
o'clock. So 4 hours ago. Yeah, no boner yet. I don't know.
Oh, okay. That's
It's not
good. That's
working.
good.
It wasn't blue fluid, though. Maybe that's the problem.
Ah, there you go.
Was yours blue
Have
or
you been
clear?
hanging out with uh, Heisenberg? Do you have any idea who that is?
No, I'm just laughing to make it look like I know what I'm
Oh,
talking
that's
about.
from Breaking Bad. That was the Walter White's fake name that he used. He made crystal meth that was like blue.
Blue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So what I did learn is that in 14 days no, is it 3 weeks or 2 weeks? 27th is so no, so I got my first on March 27th. So what was that? 3 weeks ago? 3 weeks ago.
right.
The nurse said that after the first shot today, we're at 60%.
Oh,
Then
awesome.
And then when you do your second one, 10 days after the second one, you are at 95% with Pfizer.
That's
So
cool.
that's cool.
Yeah. So which one did you get?
Well, Pfizer, the boner one.
Oh, I got Moderna.
My parents had Moderna. No issues
Ah,
with that. Actually, they did really well. The second one even wasn't really like, didn't mess them up or anything.
I
But
like
I've
their
heard it's
movie, Here to Modernity.
eternity.
So let me say,
Cute.
so let's say hello to the guys in the chat, or gals in the chat. Let's Drone Views Media. His package, his drone is on its way, so you will enjoy that. So, and then we have NN and the Pets. Welcome to the show, Bob Casey. Welcome, Akira Show. Your turtles are coming. That's on its way, and Bob Casey. Mel 400 AGL, Chris Wedgeworth. Get your Wedgeworth with Chris.
Wedgieworth.
Yeah. And Tom Tentos. Welcome, welcome. And the Grumpy Vlogger. And then we Steve Mack all the way from Ontario. On the other side of Lake Ontario from you.
Ah, yep.
So that is about it. And we've got a good crowd right off the bat, which is cool.
Very
So,
cool. 400 AGL.
yeah.
Says the shots are poison. I don't. Does he have a tinfoil hat on or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Michael Blade, welcome, welcome. Oh, the turtle showed up. Great. Oh, I'm glad they got there.
98% survival. Well, usually the flu is what, 0.02%?
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So 2.02% is a shit ton of people. Yeah. Like a lot.
So, everybody,
Oh, dude, I drink beer. Is that poison too? We can debate all night if you'd like. I'm not afraid.
okay.
I'm not afraid.
Mhm.
I would rather risk death from the shot than be sequestered like for another year.
Hey, when I was a kid, I've had so much painkillers pumped into me, an addict would be happy.
I've had every vaccine known to man. Maybe that's what's wrong with me.
Well,
Yeah.
so did I. I think I got the mumps, rubella shot. The what was I got the chicken pox. So
Yeah, I got that too. That means we get to get shingles maybe, which is just a really good.
So
That's a really good time.
there's something I gotta look forward to.
There's a vaccine for it.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I've heard that that's a 2-shotter too, and the first one is kind of like okay, and the second one really sucks, just like this.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, that's up to you, Mel.
Yeah, it is.
You know?
It's still your call, sorta. Just
Yeah, so.
yeah, bring on some variants to us all. Kill humankind. It's okay. I'm sure you'll sleep at night thinking that way. It's all good.
And let's see what else. The polio shot, got that. TB shot. I got all those shots when I was really young.
Was it polio that gave us the scar? Is that the one that gave you the scar? Is that polio?
Well, I think that was back when they had the
smallpox.
The
that was smallpox, wasn't it? Smallpox gives you like the scar thing.
Well, no, that was from the air gun that they used back in the day. They don't use that anymore. Yeah, because it's got like a bunch of different needles with different vaccines that go.
I remember the dip tat. Dip tat was like the 4-pronger. Remember that, like the 4 prongs, and then like looked like 2 spiders bit you. After that one, remember that one?
Well, I know both my parents had that scar on their shoulder.
I have it.
So,
Yeah, that's smallpox. Remember, if you watch Outlander, you ever watch Outlander?
no, I don't
No?
have cable.
It's on Stars. Um, Pretty good stuff. Anyway, she went back in time and she had the scar, and they wondered what that was. And
Oh,
that was like the mark of the beast to them.
oh,
Smallpox.
Grumpy says it was smallpox.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes. Yep.
okay.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, that was brought back into the front of my mind when I watched Outlander.
Mm-hmm.
Your wives will love that show. And the guys like it because there's blood and guts and gore, and then the chicks like it because they have Sam to check out naked all the time, and well, she's naked all the time too. It's pretty good.
Well, then you'll
Check it out.
like Breaking Bad. I mean, there is a lot of killing going on in that one.
Why is it these
I mean,
movies always start out so like hot, and then they get so not? It's like the formula.
Hello, Simply Norge.
Yeah, see, Bob Casey
Welcome
knows what
to
I'm
the
talking
show.
about. Oh, sorry.
Welcome, welcome.
Sorry, Simply Norge. I talked over your welcome. My bad.
So, anyway, we got a new drone that came out a couple days ago. The
Yeah, we did.
Mavic Air 2S.
Did you get it?
Nah, I can't afford it anyway.
Why would you want to?
And
I have one of these. Remember this thing? Used to be king of the hill. Now it's not.
there you go.
Mavic 2 Pro. Weighing in at 2 pounds. Twice as much as the Air 2S. But I can't justify getting rid of it.
Yeah.
Is that weird?
I mean, the only thing I could see about it is, well, it's the portability factor.
Oh, it's
and
nice. It weighs a pound.
More.
Weighs a more. More what?
Yep.
I cut you off.
And it's got more stuff on it than the original Air 2.
Stuff? As in the
yeah, bigger sensor and
oh yeah, the 1-inch sensor.
Little, for what the Air 2 does, it's enough for me.
It's the 1-inch sensor is going to take a lot of people away from their Mavic 2 Pros and get them to unload them. But I don't know, if you're not I guess if you're a more videographer than a true photographer, you're not going to miss the variable aperture much. And the portability is certainly nice. And if you're a videographer, 4K 60 is really nice. S stands for stuff. And those what are those new quick shots called? The ones that look kind of like a half-assed edit job by a semi-decent creator on YouTube. What are they? Master shots.
Oh,
Master shots. Yeah, they're okay. You and I can do better art. We don't need that crap. Just edit it up the way you want to. But I think it's a really good beginner drone. It's like a kick-ass beginner drone. If you are getting into drones and you had like maybe a Mini, or even a Mini 2, you get this thing.
Yeah, a Mini would be a good one, but if you don't have the money, start with the Tello.
Is it?
For $100?
Yeah,
I mean, that's a nice little drone for that. And it's got a halfway decent camera on it. I mean, even though it's only 720p,
For learning how to fly, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's right. And if you really like flying drones, then go up to
progress.
either the Mini or the Mavic. Even the Mavic Air would be a good one to get.
Yeah, you can get the Air 2 is going to be so marked down, and there'll be so many good used ones on the market because it wasn't out very long.
Well,
I think that'll be
find some batteries.
Oh, dude, I'm sorry that they'll turn up. I don't know what the house ate them. You'll find them.
Yeah,
that's gotta.
I'm sure it's always
me.
in the last place you look.
Yeah, yeah. You'll have an epiphany all of a sudden. Be like, oh, I remember what I did with them, and then you'll go down there and be like, wow, I knew I put them in a good spot, but I don't know why I could remember why that was such a good spot. And there they'll be. You'll find them.
Well, here's
They come.
the thing that bugs me is, last night I'm keep thinking about it, because I'm an old person and my brain won't freaking shut off so I can sleep. And
Might
I'm
have got a
like
jump start every day.
backtracking. Okay, where did I do? And I'm like going, shit. I hope I didn't leave him outside. And I'm like, no, because when I brought the drone inside, I had to take the battery off to put it back in the original case.
Mm-hmm.
So I think what happened was I was doing some house cleaning. I was picking stuff up to just kind of get my table in the family room area. I just wanted it to look a lot better because I had so much shit on there that I just wanted to, make it look manageable. So.
Well, you put them someplace in a hurry. The location didn't make it past short-term to long-term memory, and now it's a mystery.
Yep, that's
it takes
right.
15, if I remember from psychology class, it takes 15 seconds to get something from short-term memory like RAM into the hard drive for long-term storage.
There you go.
In our heads.
I need an M.2 implanted.
You need something.
Of a SSD.
No, you need to get rid of that DDR4 and put something in that. You got to get it to the. Now you need the NVMe to get it docked in there.
I think I'm still on MFM. My platters are all screwed up, and maybe I'll get into a freezer. Have you ever tried that trick where you had a bad hard drive where it was one of those mechanical drives?
Yeah.
And it worked. You put it in a plastic bag, put it in the freezer for overnight, take it out, let it just warm up, and then for some reason it works.
Really? The contraction and expansion?
I guess so.
I was always lucky. Every time my hard drive started to get towards their final days, the bearing would start making noise here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I knew it was time. So I haven't lost data. Yeah, I haven't lost data that way.
Plug in a USB and get all that data off of there, and then.
Well, we can't. Yeah, it's harder now. But the solid state drives, there's no warning at all. You better have everything in two places, just in case. Because they're just. Whoop.
Yep.
I've lost SD cards that way. They just one day they work, next day not so much.
Hello, Timeless Truths. Good to see you. It's been a while since you've been here. Mike Roach, Media. Welcome. Yeah. Cool. So, the other thing I was going to talk about is, how I took that...
What? No COVID passports? What? Well, we can't talk politics today. I'm sorry, but...
No,
dude, I'm going to Scotland. If this jab gets me
to place tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah, if this jab gets me to Scotland, yeah. I'm going. You want to stay home?
We'll talk about that tomorrow. I want to travel. I want to go overseas, and
don't laminate it. Art, don't laminate it.
That's right.
I talked to the nurse today, and we were asking. In fact, the nurse has friends and family in the UK. We were talking about how my wife and I were planning on going and stuff. He's like, do not laminate that card. He says it changes the state of the document.
Weren't you talking about it on another show earlier this week?
No, not laminating.
Somebody was saying something about that. They said,
interesting.
Don't laminate it.
Yeah, don't laminate it.
Good idea.
Just keep it in a safe spot, like put it in with your passport or whatever. And
yeah, just don't put it where I put those batteries.
Well, the batteries are in a safe spot. You just now don't put it with the batteries if they're gonna fail and burst into flames and burn up your vaccine card. That would suck. And don't put it on Facebook or social media either, because there's enough information on that card to help bad people.
Yeah, that's true.
learn too much about you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Google already knows enough. Don't give them any more.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so far, after the shot, it's been a little over an hour. I feel fine.
How's your arm?
No. My left arm.
A little sore, right? That's about it.
Yeah, a little bit.
That's
Yeah,
it.
not bad.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's it. Like I said, we'll see. You might
So
actually see something happen to me. You might see me break out in a sweat like halfway through this show. I don't know. Cause that
there
was,
you go. Why are you sweating right now?
oh, I am, aren't I?
Yeah, you're getting a little shiny.
A little
there.
glazy?
Yeah.
Well, it could be something. I don't know. I don't feel chills or anything, but I'm fine. I'm fine, Art. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. Your eyes for you never know.
Yeah.
By the time James come on, I could be in trouble.
Yeah, James should. He's probably. If you saw his last video, he's probably checking out the blossom on his dragon fruit.
I saw the post. I didn't click on it yet. I haven't watched it.
Yeah, he's got some dragon fruit blossoms there. There's one that was, looked like it's about ready to go, and he thinks it's this morning it'll open up fully. So he's probably out checking that out.
Yeah,
and then he's going to be eating his waffles,
pancakes, waffles.
Yeah, pancakes or waffles.
He's got to switch to omelets.
Ooh, there you go.
He should switch to omelets. He needs to mix it up. He's just going to turn into a pancake if he keeps eating the darn things.
Well, do you know what a balut is?
Should I know what it is? Because I don't.
Well, in the Philippines, it's a delicacy. And what it is, it's a duck or a chicken egg with an embryo in it. Yum.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's a little too far along for me, I think.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
that's why I keep thinking about omelets in the Philippines. You got little beets and
feet. What was it? Yeah. Keith from the K-Spot was telling me about how in Thailand they eat chicken feet.
Oh, they do in the Philippines as well.
Oh man, they don't waste anything. That's
no.
I guess he says they're pretty good. I'm like, I guess close my eyes and maybe try them, and they still taste like chicken.
What do you eat? Are you eating the skin? I don't think you can eat the bones.
I don't know are they like wings? You like chew the skin off of them?
Oh.
We have to ask. We'll ask tonight. What are we talking about? That's a good one.
Well, because we have a guest that usually comes up a little later who's from the Philippines.
James will know.
And I've been to the Philippines 4.5 years ago, almost 4.5 years ago.
Wow. It feels like yesterday, but it's not. Feels like yesterday, but it's not.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, and Drone Views, he says he has Filipino food every damn day.
Every damn day.
Now, I do like pancit. Pancit's pretty good, and lumpia is really good. Lumpia is their version of an egg roll.
Ooh, I like egg rolls.
Really good. And I've had their fish. It's usually tilapia or milkfish, where what they do is they open up the back of the fish and they stuff it with vegetables, and they grill it on a grill.
Ooh.
Yeah, and that's pretty good.
Anything
but the only thing I don't like about milkfish is it's really bony. A lot of small bones.
Ooh, that's risky.
Yeah.
I bumped into a couple in salmon here and there. That's always a surprise. They're like little fine things.
Now, tilapia. I like tilapia.
Now, tilapia is supposed to be like the least healthy of whitefish, isn't it? Kind of is the least
I keep
nutritional
hearing,
benefit or something.
yeah.
I know
I
it
mean,
tastes good. It's
it's
like junk food fish,
well,
maybe.
that's because they were farm raised. You know,
Yeah.
there were guys down in Florida and down south that were raising tilapia or catfish, and then they just gave up on. Hey, I want to say hello to Glenn all the way from the land down under in Australia. And yes, thank you, Steve. Check out my Teespring store.
Do you have any Teespring shirts, Art?
Yes, I do.
How are they holding up?
They're holding up really good.
It must be my washing machine because all my Teespring shirts, I have some from my channel and I have some from like Droning On and K Spot, and I don't have an
Right.
ArtCo drones one yet. I guess I better get over to that store, but they don't hold up really great for me. Maybe I turn them inside out, but still the print gets kind of like crinkly, crunchy, and then starts to
Huh.
come off. And that's
Hmm.
with the comfort tees
Yeah.
and the low budget ones. I have a couple of those. Those are horrible. The stuff. I think it's a cheap T-shirt, but the comfort tees are really soft and comfortable. I was hoping they'd hold up
All
better.
right, Bob. Thanks for popping in. It's good to see you and take care.
See ya, Bob. I need an
So,
ArtCo
what
shirt.
else? Oh,
I'll go
I
over and get
got
an ArtCo.
this in the mail this week. It's my Elgato.
Oh, I have one of those.
Mm-hmm. But you know what I found out?
What'd you find out? It's you have actually mine. I boxed it back up. I haven't used this guy right here, right?
Yeah, it's like that.
Yeah.
But this one's a used one.
Well, so is mine
I
now.
found out
um,
I need an adapter for this one. I need a male to male
what are you trying to do?
because, huh?
What are you trying to do with it?
Well, this is my mini cassette, and I've
Yeah.
got some comedy videos on there
Okay.
that I want to
You know, transfer them.
digitize and.
Is there an S video out on that little camcorder of yours? By
Hold
chance?
on.
Maybe. The little, the one looks like an old PS2 mouse port.
Yeah.
If it has S video, you can take the. Yes, dude, you can use the S video. This thing has S video on it. Use the S video out and then just grab. You can go. How's your audio come out? I didn't see that part. I wasn't paying attention.
You know what? I don't see an audio out.
S video won't carry audio. You must have either a monaural or a lefty righty. You have like a black RCA style, like a female RCA on there, or there might be an adapter that plugs into that to grab the audio out.
Okay. Yeah, it
Then
says S on. But
yeah, well that's your video, but you
here's
need your audio. You're definitely gonna need the audio because they're
so
not. It's not like HDMI where it all gets carried together. It's old analog stuff. But at least the S video, you definitely want to use the S video art, not the RCA, because that's a little.
yeah.
It's slightly better quality than
Right.
the composite.
Anyway, I can't get it won't fit in it because it's a female, just like this one.
It's a female.
So I have to get a male to
Too
male.
tight. It's too tight. Ooh,
That's what she said.
no penetration.
Ooh,
I know how you like that word. It does work pretty good though. I used it to grab all my old Video 8 stuff like a year ago. That's what I used mine for. And transferred it over to the computer. Hopefully you can get all your stuff. Hopefully it still plays okay. Be very careful rewinding those old tapes. They get brittle. Be careful.
Yes, that's right. Mm-hmm. Oh,
Are you nervous now?
YouTubers. Oh, TFD custom. Oh, cool. I'll look into them, Steve. And I'm still looking for a high 8 camera to take all my high 8 cartridges.
I have a high 8 Sony deck. That's how I transferred all my stuff. It plays backward compatible to Video 8. I bought one for
Oh,
like
cool.
$300. And what do you need me to do? I can transfer them all.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, I just need them to
As long as they
transfer them
play.
to digital.
Just like
Yeah.
I'm using the same thing you used, Art. Same thing.
Okay.
Well, how many do you have?
Cool.
How many do you have?
Oh, about a half a dozen.
No big deal. Were they a couple hours each?
Okay.
Are they? A
Yeah,
couple
they're
hours each,
not all
probably.
full. So
Everything's safe to send to me. Trust me.
I'm pretty sure.
Okay,
Sure.
because I mean, seriously, I'll transfer them, and then I can give you the. We need to get you the files. They're a little chunky. We'll have to maybe just
Yeah.
send them back on like an SD card or something.
Okay, I could do that.
Like as
Hmm.
a, MP4 or something.
Or I could just send you one of these
Yeah, you can if you want, or yeah,
flash drive.
just
Yeah.
fill it up.
Hmm.
Um, I can tell you, how big those files are. I gotta find mine, but because they're
Okay.
probably gonna work about the same. Yeah, but it's a high 8 deck, so as long as yeah, I can connect it all up and just capture them all.
Cool. Cool. Cool.
Let you
Yeah, it'd
edit
be
them up.
kind of interesting to see what kind of material I've got on.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
It's getting kind of it's if you're talking like I am, that stuff's going back to like the 90s, and
Yeah. Hmm.
videotape in general doesn't usually last much more than 10 or 15 years. So we've gone double that,
Yeah.
and most of mine were okay. I had a couple. There were like the Video 8 stuff had some glitches in it. Like most of it would play and then it would kind of like flutter, the
Oh.
snow. And
Right.
I think it's just because the Video 8 tapes they're really not wide. They're like 8 millimeters, so that's like the VHS and the
Right.
beta tapes where there was more tape, more
Yeah.
stuff to put the material on, and the little swipies.
Right. Right.
Anyway, yeah, we
Hmm.
can do that.
And
I can do that. I don't mind.
uh, I'm bouncing this idea around. You know how Ken Heron has a members only. If you're a Heron bird, you
Hmm.
can get what he broadcasts. I was thinking of doing something similar to that, only comedy.
Cool.
Yeah, do some of my either some of my old stand-up comedy, or I could write some material and maybe do 5-10 minutes and
Share with the members.
yeah. Hmm.
The membership stuff that I like the best are the guys that set up the Discord. That's really fun. You get like Ken
For
Dono
some
has one.
reason, I have problems with Discord. I
Yeah.
can't get into it.
Huh.
And it keeps saying when I say I don't remember my password and I put in the email, it says, "Oh, that email's already used." I'm like, "What? What?" Driving me crazy.
Somebody stole your account. Have you been
Oh,
hacked?
there's the
Oh,
missus.
it's the
Hello,
wife.
Lori.
How you feeling,
Welcome to the
Lori?
show.
Hopefully she's still okay. She's not delirious. We both got jabbed today at the same time.
Oh,
Well, one
okay.
rep. She was first. I was second.
Ah, okay.
We took turn. We last time I was first, she was second, so we flipped the order this time. Her request. I tried to video record it. I wanted to vlog it, and we got in. I I got into the place, whatever, the center, and there's all these signs, no photography, no videography. I'm like, shoot.
Yep.
So
Hmm.
I wanted to get the
Well,
jab.
about a year ago, I did one where I videotaped me donating blood,
Cool.
and that was pretty cool. They were all right with that.
I might
Yep.
still be able to do something with the footage I got. We'll see. but
Cool.
I don't have the actual jab. That would have been cool. We learned a lot, though. I shared a lot of the stuff I shared with you. I had it on video too. I was talking about the
Cool.
recovery time and the percentage of protection, blah blah blah. Because everything's true on the internet, right?
Oh yeah.
Anything you see on the internet is true.
Mm-hmm.
I
I want to say hello to Pilot Shark Hanger.
It's a cool name. Good. My wife's still feeling fine.
Good.
We did scallops tonight, Art. Maybe that'll help.
Ooh,
Seafood,
I haven't
scallops.
had scallops in a long time.
Oh, Lori found this really good recipe. We basically like pan seared them in garlic and butter, and then did up some asparagus, and then had this nice bed of. She did this garlic and rice dish, and so I had the bed of rice, scallops on top, then drizzled like the lemon juice and the garlic stuff on top, then asparagus. It was so good.
Oh, Akira shows wrapped in bacon, I hope.
No, that would have been heaven. That's a really good idea for next time. Yes.
I've had that too.
Anything wrapped in bacon is better.
Mm-hmm.
Totally true.
Well, I texted the candy man, Mr. Enstrom, and told him I got my shot, and he invited me over to dinner tonight, and I said, well, I've got my show, and it usually goes till 7:30, and he goes, let's try for tomorrow instead. And
well, it won't be long now. But yeah, 3 weeks. 3 weeks from now, you'll get the second shot.
Yep.
And then, if the nurse is accurate, what the male nurse, Rich, good dude, told me, and my wife, that 10 days after that,
you're good to go. Good.
Actually, I think
get
the
rid
Pfizer
of the mask.
And I think
Say,
Moderna.
I'm done.
No, you still have to be respectful of others, I think. You know what? It doesn't.
I am in Arvada, which is just northwest of Denver. It's out in the suburbs.
We drove through there. We went up to I went up to Nebraska on a business trip. I was up in Scotts Bluff.
I'm sorry.
Scotts Bluff. Yeah, I know.
Oh,
it's pretty up there. It's
it is.
The bluffs are cool. But yeah, anyway, but we stopped off at Weldworks.
I don't know that place.
That's right. We talked about this. We're in the reruns. But yeah. Colorado's a cool state. We have to get back. I think that's why Lori's asking. We got to get back there.
Yeah, just don't move here. We're full.
Every state says that.
We got bears. We've got elk. We've got avalanches. They'll kill you. So you don't want to move here.
We have New York City. It's pretty dangerous.
If you want to visit, that's okay. We're trying to discourage people from blue states moving in here. They've already screwed up our state pretty good.
Really now?
Yep. But we'll talk about that.
Save that for tomorrow.
Save it for tomorrow.
Because I'm purple. Kinda.
Yeah.
Purple. I could explain tomorrow maybe why I'm purple.
Talk about that.
Yeah, purple. I'm a rare breed. Purple is rare. Red and blue are common. There should be more purple. Moderated purple. A blend. Nothing crazy hard either end. A blend.
Yes, I would like to visit upstate New York. It's been years since I've been up there. I've been up to Troy, New York.
Okay, outside Albany.
Yeah, we've been
Capital
up there.
District.
We've been through Syracuse, Rochester, and then Buffalo.
Yeah, it's my turf.
Then we went over over Niagara Falls.
Oh, you got to do that. Yeah. Did you go over it for real? You said over it? Did you go like over it, like in a
Well, I mean,
barrel?
we went from Niagara Falls, New York, to Niagara Falls,
Yeah, the Rainbow
Ontario,
Bridge. The
and then
Rainbow
we
Bridge.
drove on over to Windsor, Ontario,
Nice.
and then to Detroit to visit my grandfather.
So you took
Hmm.
the was that the 405 that runs like
I think you're
across?
right.
Yeah,
Hmm.
405. I
Goes
think that's kind of
through
goes west east.
Hamilton and
Yes.
yeah.
Yep.
Hmm.
Nice wine country up there too.
Yes. Yeah, a lot of farming up there.
Uh huh.
Corn and yeah.
It's funny how my one of my friends pointed out how the Canadians, they have like funny their names for places are really simple. They have like pizza, sub. They keep it real
Yeah.
simple.
Yep. Hmm.
They're not really good at craft beer yet either. They should keep trying.
Okay.
A few good ones. Not like here. Room for improvement. That's all I'm saying. I love my Canadian friends, but your beer,
Yeah.
keep trying.
You got
Hey,
Molson's.
that used to be my thing too. Maybe that's why I'm kind of hard on them because, like, when I was in high school and college, everybody drank Molson and Labatt's and stuff. Remember, it was like a big deal. Well, if you live near the border, it was like a big deal to go up and do a beer run and go to and there again. Where did you buy beer? The beer store. And you go into the beer store. It had the big brown sign, the beer store. You'd walk in and you'd go with this one counter and you tell the guy, yeah, I want 2 cases of Brador or something. And 2 cases of Brador. And then there's this conveyor system. They put it on the conveyor, come down the conveyor, and you pay for your beer and pick it up and carry it out to your car. And then you haul it across the border and hope that customs wouldn't give you a hard time. And of course, they usually didn't.
Well, my parents they drank Stroh's when we lived in Michigan. Stroh's and Old Milwaukee
Old Milwaukee,
because it was
yeah.
cheap.
And Milwaukee's best. What's Steve say?
Yeah,
Steve, yeah, you guys do have a lot
we
of
have a
craft.
lot of craft beers.
Down towards Niagara Falls, there's Oast is pretty cool. And then what's the one? It's in an old church. This place is super cool. They turned an old church into a brewery. I can't think of the name of it. If Lori's on, she'll tell me what it is because her memory's better than mine. Silversmith. That's it.
Okay.
And then there's a bunch of other ones too. Yeah, but
Well, here in Colorado, we've got Coors and Budweiser,
yeah, and
and Coors is part of the Miller Molson's
yep,
conglomeration
they're
right
all
now.
like
Yep.
this.
Yep.
And you have Cerebral in downtown Denver, which is amazing. You ever been to Cerebral? I told you about that one last time.
Yeah.
Got to go to Cerebral,
We
man.
got a whole bunch of brew pubs all over the
Yeah, you
Denver
do.
metro area.
Yeah,
Yep.
you do.
Hmm.
You guys know how to brew that stuff. You're good at it. You're
Yep.
just like Oregon. They're really good at brewing too. A lot of good
Yep.
beer. The McKenzie brothers are looking for you, eh? Good day. Take off, eh?
Hey.
Bob and Doug. Oh, yeah. Ireland has a lot of beer, but Scotland has a lot of whiskey, huh? And yet they're
Yep.
like neighbors. Interesting.
Well, I think in Ireland they're more rye Scotch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where in Scotland it's more
Scotch
barley
Scotch.
and yeah.
Scotch
Well,
Scotch.
hopscotch too.
Yeah. Hopscotch. It could be fun. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Well, we've got a Scotch brewer here in Denver called Stranahan's. Yeah. Haven't tried them. They're pretty pricey.
They're
I mean,
spendy.
like a 750 milliliter bottle is like 40 something bucks. I'm like,
Ouch. Wow,
it's a
that
little
is
rich for me.
that's yeah. What's in that stuff? Man.
Now, have you tried Knob Creek?
Sounds familiar, but no. I've heard of it, but
Yeah,
no.
they're pretty good. I like their 100 proof. 100 proof is really good, but try the 120. Oh
Ooh,
God.
it's like lighter fluid.
Yeah.
Here, he used to have was it Bacardi 151 rum, and then
Yeah.
151 proof. You could light it on fire. And I had
Yep.
yeah, I was down in my wife Lori and I were in the Caribbean once. We bought the Cruzan 120 proof,
Mm-hmm.
and it was labeled flammable on the bottle.
Mm-hmm.
You couldn't carry it on a plane.
Well, that's where they use that in that what is it, flambe?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but it tastes horrible. Like we bought it, we had it in our VRBO, and we actually went through a tropical storm. And I remember pouring that stuff, and I put it on ice, and it didn't matter if stuff was harsh. It was like seriously harsh art.
Oh boy.
You put it in Coke, it helped a little bit, but it was
Yeah.
just too damn
Mm-hmm.
strong. You know what I mean? And not
Well, another one that I like is Maker's Mark.
yeah, yeah, that's pretty
That's
popular.
pretty good.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Now, whenever I go over to my friend Rick's place, he's always got uh, Crown Royal.
Yeah, have you had black? Have you had the black?
No, I don't know.
Smooth. I just grabbed
Yeah.
some in New Hampshire. I was on a business trip back in the fall, and New Hampshire doesn't have any tax on their booze, so it's like
I
significantly
like what
cheaper than in New York.
151 Chase by Flounder.
Dude, I feel whoa.
Mhm. Well, with the
That's serious.
120, I only need a half a shot of that stuff.
Yeah, that's all it takes. Yeah. That'd be like a flaming. Is that how they make the flaming moes on The Simpsons? Remember that famous drink that Moe made in the
Oh
bar?
yeah.
The flaming Moe. What'd she say now? I have to check out. Yeah. Well, like I said, we're going to Scotland if all goes well, and then we'll probably
Cool.
start checking out some other stuff over there. We've never been to Europe. I think it's time.
I've never been to Europe, but would love to go to
It's
Europe.
time. Yeah, we.
I
I
mean,
can't believe.
there's so much stuff to see in Europe. I would love to go to Moscow and St.
Yeah,
Petersburg. Yeah.
I want to go like Finland and Norway and
Finland, Norway, well,
Sweden.
Sweden. I
Yep.
probably got a crap load of cousins that still live there.
I want to fly the hell out of the drone over there too.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
And, and I would like to hit the Baltic countries: Latvia, Lithuania, and Estonia.
Estonia.
Hmm.
My wife wants to go to Italy. She wants to go to
Well, that's another
Tuscany.
place. Hmm.
Tuscany. Hit the wine country. I
Yeah.
just want to go to the Ferrari
My
factory.
my dad's been there. He's been to Lake Como, which is in, I guess, the northern part of the country up by Switzerland.
All right. Good. I still haven't been to Australia, even though we have friends on the show here from
Yeah.
Australia.
Oh, speaking of Australia, I want to say I want to wish Greg Cooner the speedy recovery from his car accident.
What?
Yeah, he got rear-ended,
Oh,
and he got
Jesus.
a nice old shiner on his forehead.
What, his seatbelt didn't keep him from the steering wheel? Is that what happened? He smacked the wheel,
I,
probably.
well, either that or the
Airbag
the
got him.
airbag probably got him.
That's like being in a boxing ring with a guy with a glove on. It's like, pfft, I
Yeah.
imagine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was a genius idea, wasn't it?
Yeah.
What's this bottle of 98% ethanol? I love Ten Toes logo. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah, I've met him a couple times. He was up here in Dillon last year. Last fall, yeah.
Ten
Hmm.
Toes, whereabouts in Oklahoma are you, man? Or do you know
He's
Art?
in Bartlesville.
So being I'm pretty limited in knowledge of Oklahoma. I know Oklahoma City, and then I think northeast is Tulsa.
It's northeast. Yeah, it's up there
So
by Tulsa.
okay.
It's the home of Phillips 66 gasoline.
Oh shit!
Premium
Really?
gasoline. Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Cool. Well, that's they have plenty of oil rigs in that state. I remember it was kind of cool driving through there and see the oil rigs, kind of like Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I see those heron eyes on there. Check that out.
Yeah.
The Phantom or Thunderbird.
Yeah, Greg
Mikhail
looked a lot
Gorbachev.
like Gorbachev last night.
Yeah, oh boy.
Oh,
Remember he had that birthmark thing?
Yeah.
Gorbachev. He was the lucky guy. He was lucky to be in charge of it. Yeah, oil rigs everywhere. That's right, man. Sucking it right out of there. But Gorbachev, he was the lucky leader when he had to deal with Chernobyl.
Yeah,
that was his party.
That's true.
Yeah. Rough times.
Oh, and Greg had his dash cam going.
Really?
So he
got the whole thing?
Got video of the crash.
I wonder what the frame rate of those things is. Probably not
it
fast enough
like
to really
regular, about as clear as this video.
Yeah, but you need high frame rate to slow down the airbag on.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I hate to say it, but it was a woman driving.
Well,
not paying attention,
well,
thinking about, I think I'll go into the left lane, and just before she hit the turn signal.
Well, I've been unfortunate to be tagged in the back side of my vehicle twice, and both times it was guys.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and I rear-ended a guy last summer. He just jammed on his brakes really quick.
So you were too close.
Yep. Yipper.
It's almost impossible to talk your way out of that if you're vehicle number 2, I think.
Yeah.
I think
well, fortunately for me, I got down to defective vehicles, so no points.
Yay.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty rough here in New York. They really like to give out their points to the point where they'll give you as many points as they can up front, then they throttle down so they can keep the money coming in. keep those ticket funds coming in.
Oh yes, that's right. I keep forgetting those guys drive on the other side. So what I thought was a woman, that was the passenger. Because steering wheel's on the right side.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. They're right-hand steer in Australia. Yep. Mm-hmm. Oh, it still sucks though. There was a rear-ender accident. I was driving home from dropping Lori off at work a few days ago. It looked pretty messy. I bet you it was one of these things though, where they had
yeah.
That's what I suspect.
So I bet you James is probably out there looking at his blossom this morning. That's why he's not. Yeah. We're waiting for you, James.
What'd you think of the old?
We're going to say Alexa.
What'd you think of the old crap?
Black Sabbath.
Ooh. Alexa, play Black Sabbath loud. Yeah. Louder, Alexa.
Yeah, there you go.
Alexa, louder. He's throwing stuff at us right now. Oh yeah, sure, Laura. You're gonna make me do all the driving. I'll be driving on the wrong side of the road and the wrong side of the vehicle. That's gonna be a vlog moment right there. Show the camera the whole time. Go, ha ha! Look at this shit right here.
Ha ha!
Yeah.
Well, I've been to Japan, and they drive on.
They do
that side too.
They do.
And it's really weird getting in on the left-hand side, and you're like, and I'm like, oh, you're
That's
in the wrong lane to
that
turn left. And I'm like, oh,
that
I
is
go, oh.
why that's why Lori has to stand back with the camera and let me get into the rental car first, because I guarantee you I'm going to get in the wrong side of the car. It's going to be comic gold right there, because it's going to be just, I'm not going to try to do it. It's just going to flip and happen. And more than once, I'm pretty sure. So Japan, though, that's, why the hell didn't we put them on the correct side of the road when we basically destroyed them after the World War? Why didn't we? World War II. Why didn't we like put them on the right side? We rebuilt them. Didn't we pay to rebuild them?
Yeah, we did. That
Well,
was
why the hell did
part
we
of the
put them on the other
Marshall
side of the
Plan.
road? Yeah, why didn't we put them on the other side of the road? We were paying.
Well, I don't know.
My dad asked me that question. I had no good answer. I'm like, I don't know, Dad. It's a good question.
Mm-hmm.
He's into politics. He should be on your show tomorrow. You have fun with him.
Yeah. So, I've been hearing a lot about the Evo 2 with the 6K camera. A lot of
And a
people
smart
talking
controller.
about.
And a smart controller.
Mm-hmm. And Ken Dono did a really good video that I saw today where he did a range test with the Air 2S, and he compared it to the regular controller, to the smart controller. Yeah.
Yep. I didn't watch it, but I know that OC3, which is what OcuSync 3, supposedly just makes use of 2 more antennas, but essentially the system is very similar.
Uh-huh.
So that's what picks up the extra range. And I think what did you watch, Art? Do I dare ask you the conclusion? I'm guessing that the pure setup with the Air 2S is probably better than the Air 2. And then the Air 2S with the smart controller is probably similar to the Air 2 with the smart controller. That's my guess, is how it would work out.
Well, he didn't quite get the range that he did on the regular controller.
Yeah.
On the smart controller.
I would expect that.
And there was a little bit of a lag in it, a really slight lag.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of rethinking about getting the smart controller for my Air 2. I think what I might end up doing is just get a tablet that's really bright. Get one with the
You had a latency issue, huh?
I've been hearing good stuff about the Galaxy Tab A. That's supposed to be pretty good, and it's pretty bright. Yeah.
I don't know. I used to have
Well, I was down in Florida. Hot Rod gave me, well, he let me borrow his tablet, and I'm like, oh, holy crap, this is really bright,
Yeah, the iPads
the
iPads are really nice.
Mm-hmm.
I hate to say that. I'm not an Apple guy, but they're very bright.
Yeah.
You can get a hood for it too if you want. I really like the smart controller. I'll tolerate a little bit of latency. I haven't really noticed any with the Mavic 2 Pro, but
Right.
I would tolerate it because, I mean, you're supposed to have the thing line of sight anyway. So to be able to, when you do want to see the image, to see it so crisp and clear and bright is kind of nice.
Mm-hmm.
And it's,
Yeah, and Ken, with the regular controller, he had it out to 7,500 feet.
Jeez.
I'm like, oh, wow. I think with my standard, my Phantom 3 standard, I think the furthest I've flown was 3,500 feet.
I think I went out.
That was out on the eastern plains of Colorado, where it's pretty flat and got a great signal.
Dude, that's way out. Oh, now my arm's starting to hurt. I can feel it. That's where I got jabbed. I went out about 12 or 1,300 feet. Yeah. I went out like 12 or 1,300 feet with my Mavic 2 Pro once, and it was like, where is it?
Well, guys, it's that time. Pick a number between 1 and 50. We're going to be doing a drawing for some Enstrom's almond toffee.
Let's hope they're not all in the same. Let's hope they're not in the same decade again like last time.
That was weird.
It was
they were
weird.
all around 40.
Yes, one number, only one number. Ooh, look,
yes,
my wife.
Only one number.
My wife's playing. Nice.
All right. Let's.
Thunderbird 49.9. They have to be round numbers, T-Bird.
Yes.
You want to round up to 50?
Yeah. There you go. AZ drone dude. Oh, all of a sudden everybody's You're
gonna wipe out the 40s, Art.
Yeah. All right. We'll give it another minute or so, and we'll spin the wheel of toffee.
We didn't. Are you gonna get the Air 2S? Are you gonna do it? You gonna break down and do it?
Nah.
No. Why not? I'm curious why not.
Show says he hasn't opened his turtles yet.
Pi squared. 3.14. That's almost 6, almost 7. 6.48. 6.28.
My mom's birthday is Pi Day.
Oh no, it's 9. I'm sorry. 3.14 squared is 3.14 times 3.14, which I can't do that math. 3 times 3 is 9.
Alrighty, let's share the screen, and we'll share the audio. And let me.
Was it AZ drone dude while you're spinning? No, I did not. I have not broken down. Although I thought 400 AGL was gonna try to grab my zoom from me, but maybe he got cold feet. It's all good. Send him an email. Spin.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, hold on to your hats and your ladies. Let's spin the wheel of toffee.
It's in the 40s, Art. Oh, no way.
And the lucky number is 28.
James nailed it.
Oh, James got it. All right, cool.
Wow.
James.
Look at that.
All right. Dude. Congratulations, James. You are the winner.
Wow. Fix is on.
Yep. You'll have to give me your address in South Carolina, and I'll send it there. Or you could give me.
You could accidentally send
an
it
address,
here.
And
I
because
promise I won't need
it'll be a fortune to mail something this small to the Philippines. You know what?
What's the shelf life on that?
Shipping that drone to Ireland was $28.
That's not bad.
Yeah,
that's actually
bad.
A Mavic Air. Oh no, the Tello. Was it a Tello?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I sent a Mavic Air from this coast to the other coast.
Yeah.
And a pair of DJI goggles. So I think it cost me like $70 or $80.
Oh man.
And I said I'd pay freight. That was a mistake. But you know what? The guy probably, if he didn't crash it, still flying it, likes the stuff. God bless him. Fly happy. And then it got off my shelf because it was just sitting there with an inch of dust on it, Art. The old Mavic Air.
Cool. So James, you'll have to pop on and tell us how the blossom doing.
I gotta watch that video later. I do.
Oh, don't worry about it. Yeah.
Is that what he said? He hasn't opened his turtles yet. Why isn't my chat's not updating? How big were the bottles, Steve?
Mm.
Curious, what they weigh in at? Look,
Well,
16 ounces would be a pound.
he's still
Still
eating
eating
waffles.
waffles.
Start
Yeah.
shuffling, James.
I don't think James is a food shoveler. I am, but I don't see him as being one. I think he's really he just given the pace of his videos, he's a very easygoing, take his time, savor every bite kind of dude.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Which is good. Because me, I'm like Homer Simpson. Yeah.
No.
I even taste it? Don't know.
So we've been having some wacky weather here in Denver. We had another snowstorm coming through on let's see, Thursday night. So Friday I went into work 4 hours late because my car doors were frozen shut.
Oh crap!
Because it was that wet, heavy snow.
Well, first you probably had rain, and then it got really cold and turned to snow, and everything froze solid. Yeah, those are great times.
Yeah,
great times. We're getting snow on Wednesday, I guess. So we're probably getting your weather's just taking a little bit of time to cruise over here, and then we're gonna get it.
And I think we're getting another snowstorm coming in.
This
I
happened
guess midweek.
This happened to you guys last year too, because I have a video on YouTube where it was snowing on May 9th. I went, we had all the trees were blossomed. They were covered in it looked like cotton candy on cotton candy kind of thing.
Well, you know what was funny? The day that Friday.
Oh, this is 5 pounds.
You know how Facebook has Facebook favorites, where it shows you what happened last year and going all the way back.
Oh yeah, your memories. The memory stuff pops up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it showed snow that was about the same amount as last year that we just had. So it's like
history repeated itself.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Steve says it was 5.1 pounds. So the maple syrup he sent down was 5.1 pounds. So actually, that's not so bad. $30 to send 5 pounds of stuff to the Carolinas.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that's terrible. Not cheap, but it could be worse.
Yep.
I think that'd be like a USPS flat rate box if you could pack it in there. They get you pretty hard for those things. You ever use the flat rate boxes where it's like as much crap as you can pack into them?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're not very cheap.
Back in my eBay days when I used to have an eBay business.
They changed, didn't they? Have you seen lately they don't use PayPal anymore? So now they're like separated. Something weird went down. It's like they're doing now. You do eBay stuff instead of PayPal with eBay. Something weird happened.
Right. Mm-hmm.
I probably have to find out because if I'm going to sell some of these drones, they're going to have to go somewhere. Probably Mavic pilots, though. It's easier. Got to clear the shelves. Yeah. You can only fly one, maybe two, not 3 or 4.
So I hear DJI is going into the car business.
Oh, God help us.
Yeah, I
God,
heard something.
Can you
about
imagine?
That.
I got hit by a DJI car. He called DJI up and said, "Yeah, it's your fault. It's operator error." But I was parked. Yeah, but it's your fault.
Yeah, there you go.
Dumb American, it's your fault. Our car hit you, but you should have been moving. What were you thinking? It's your fault. What are you gonna do with them all? I turn mine over pretty regularly. I don't keep them. Plus, it's a shame, right? It's sitting on the shelf. It's got to be an angry drone to be sitting on the shelf and it can't fly. It's sitting there trapped in prison, imprisoned on the shelf. That's just mean. That's cruelty to drones.
There you go.
That's cruelty to drones. If you law against that, sell your drone to a worthy person that's going to fly it and make it happy. Yeah. Or does it go to the island of misfit drones? We're on the island of misfit drones. Little Rudolph thing there.
Oh, I like what cars with geofence.
Driving along. Maybe that's what Chryslers have going on. I've heard of many Chryslers where they just stop dead in the middle of the road. Maybe that's it. It's geofencing.
Only if the geofencing prevents you from going to your mother-in-law's house.
Ah, that's not a nice thing to say. My mother-in-law, God rest her soul, she was a wonderful person.
Yeah.
It's still a funny joke, but she was an exception.
Well, I don't have any mother-in-laws yet.
Yet? Still time.
I've been close a couple times. But,
I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. I don't think that doesn't usually hold true.
Yeah.
In fact, truth of the matter is, from what I've seen, most guys, the woman you marry is pretty much a reflection of their mom. So if you wanna see what they're gonna look like in a few years, look at their mom. And, all that, the whole personality and stuff.
Hey, Michael. Tex Arch Drone Guy, welcome to the show. Good to see you.
Yeehaw! Everything's bigger in Texas. Probably has bigger shelves, so you can have more drones. You say they're all.
So hopefully at the end of this year, I'll be able to go to the Philippines. Maybe James could give us an update on what's going on there. I just saw a video where Will Dosovich just got his first shot there in the Philippines. And I think they're just starting to.
James said it was a mess last week. So they're really having a hard time of it. So hopefully that's the worst of it, and they get past it. What this is? Well, we're picking up in the States here too. What is going on? Like Michigan?
Yeah, Michigan's got a huge up. Yeah.
I don't get it. I don't know. Yeah, is it a variant that's getting them in Michigan? I shouldn't be laughing. It's not funny. It's kind of annoying. It's like, let's get this. We're all COVID fatigued. Let's get this, enough.
You're right.
And then you have the people that are like, I'm going out without a mask and screw you. You stay home if you don't like it. And, it's, it's just chaos. That is a cool picture. What do you have? Is that art? What's it? It's two drones stacked up on Drone Views Media. It's like
oh, yeah.
That a Mini?
What, a Mavic Mini on top of a Mavic Air, too?
I don't know. It looks like two Minis. Is that a Mini 1 and a Mini 2 or something?
Okay.
Yeah, he says COVID has gone crazy in the Philippines. It really is horrible. It's gone crazy a lot of places. So.
Oh, I guess they're having a problem with the UK variant.
Oh, drives on the wrong side of the road. That's a problem.
Yeah, that's what I was just thinking.
Really? I stole your punchline? Oh shit! I'm not supposed to do that to the host. I'm not supposed to steal your punchlines. That's get evicted now. Gone. Chuck's gone. He's out. I don't know. We were talking about the Brazilian COVID on Canadian Drone Hub yesterday. I said, yeah, it's clean shaven. That's how you identify it. Yes, that's how you identify it.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah, in case you were wondering. It's a Brazilian variant. It's clean.
Oh, man, that could be a whole slew of jokes right there.
Oh, yeah. You could have a lot of fun with that one, for sure.
Yeah.
Bring it, Art. Come on, man. Be my hero.
You end up with a landing pad down there.
Oh, that's the 90s version, yeah. It was the 90s. Better than the taco.
Chad B, welcome to the show. Welcome.
So I still haven't.
Chad, I got my first shot today, so I'm doing. I'm doing all right.
What is on?
Chuck will tell you I'm an excellent driver. I think the guy in what was the name of that?
Rain Man.
Rain Man.
I'm excellent. Haynes. Gotta be Haynes. Driver. Kmart sucks.
Kmart sucks.
Was it Charlie Babbitt? Was that Kmart sucks? Charlie Babbitt. That's a really good movie. I haven't watched that in forever. That was Dustin Hoffman was amazing in that movie.
Yeah.
Really, wasn't he? I mean, that just he just man, he
Judge
owned that.
Wapner. In time for Wapner.
I gotta watch Wapner. What about when Tom Cruise's character was in bed with the chick, and Ray comes in? You know, Ray comes in, It's like, oh, yeah. Aiko. Bring back some of those 80 movies. They were really good. I am not the Rain Man. Are you the Walrus?
For those who don't know, Tom is autistic.
Oh, yeah? High functioning?
Yes,
Must be high functioning. My niece is too.
Yeah.
She's freaking smart as hell, that chick. She's blows my mind. I mean, just since she was a little girl, I told her, I said, you're a gift. You're wired differently. Your head does things that like my head can't do, like other people your classmates can't do. So don't let them pick on you. They should be jealous. She's amazing with math and science. You know what I mean?
I have
is too.
Friend on Facebook. She's really high. I think she has Asperger's, which is really high functioning autism. And she's a whiz at math. And
it's crazy. I mean, like, well, remember Ray was, and he they dropped the matchsticks. He count them instantly.
He knew the number right off the bat. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. But then it was
this friend of mine, she's I think she's a day trader or something, and she's got a stock portfolio thingy going where she says, oh, I think these stocks are good to get, and blah blah blah. And,
Does she have a YouTube page where she does that, or just a regular?
No, she's got I think she's got a Facebook page and oh God, you gotta be a
Snapchat, Instagram. Let's talk to me. Oh man, drill sergeant. I was gonna say something I can't remember. It escaped my head. See the short-term memory thing, Art. I need an NVMe too. This RAM stuff's not working out too well. It's freaking darn it all.
At least I know where these batteries are.
Yeah, you got to find the ones for the air.
Drone.
How can you? They got to all be together. You didn't find any one of them? They're all together. We have 3 or 4 of them.
Photographic memory. Did everything develop okay?
That's a good one.
Was it more like Polaroid where you had to shake it to make it come into focus?
You remember those? Yeah, you had to go kind of shake the paper.
Yeah. Remember those?
Yes. Yeah.
My grandfather was really into the Polaroid cameras. He had the El Cheapo that didn't fold up, and then he had the other kind that folded up and
went flat.
And I think that one had a built-in flash, where the other one.
The first one. Yeah, the first one didn't fold. It was pretty
flash bar on the top.
Yeah, didn't we talk about that design? I think maybe we did. Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, I used to like to cut those open.
Yeah.
And then you could peel the back off after it already developed and have like this black kind of crispy backside to it.
Right.
I was like, what's in these things? You probably shouldn't be playing with chemicals without gloves on, but when you're 13, you really don't care. It's like, how does this work? It's got to be safe. They sold it. It must be safe, right?
Yep. And where Kodak screwed up, I think they're in the chemical business right now.
Who is?
Kodak.
Yeah, they've always been chemical, actually.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
they were
actually that.
like they were a film company, and then
But that's
they
because they
did
were
go out. They went bankrupt, and then they came out, and now they're doing pretty good right now.
but they were always chemicals. That's how they. Well, that's all film was, right? It was all chemical based, chemical engineers and
Mm-hmm.
stuff. Yeah, they were. Eastman Kodak was huge in Rochester forever and
Yep.
ever. Big part of
Mm-hmm.
central New York, and then wow, we've lost a lot of business here. We had IBM for a long time too. Big old IBM that actually paid for the engineering school I went to down in Binghamton.
Right.
Thomas J. Watson School of Engineering.
Mm-hmm.
So Thomas J.
I had a
Watson was.
comedian friend of mine who went by the name Kodak, and then right after he got successful and he was headlining, Kodak sued him. They said they sent him a deceased letter, cis and deceased letter.
They couldn't use
So
that name anymore.
he had to modify his name. Now he's just Dak.
Ah,
Yeah.
like it really matters. If anything, it's like they should be loving the fact that it's advertising, but they get their panties in a bunch over that stuff. And
Yeah.
yeah, well, Rochester actually. Rochester has Bosch and Lomb still. That's doing okay. And Rochester Optical is pretty big. They're tied in with Epson with those Movero glasses that I love. That I think not many people.
Yes, you're right, Mike. They did. I think my first digital camera was a Kodak. I think it had like a 1.3 megapixel
Yeah,
or
that was
something
about
like that.
I had a 3 megapixel one. I thought it was great. Just don't blow anything up. Yeah, Mike's right. And that
Yeah.
you think they were, so that was great, right? They figured out that film was dying, so they came out with the digital camera, and all they did was kill themselves. They didn't grow in that business well enough and killed themselves. So you can find
Speaking of
35.
digital, let's welcome all the way from Lipa City, Philippines. It's My PI Dreams, James. Welcome, welcome.
Toffee winner.
Hey, good morning, guys. Yeah, I'm excited about that. And thank you for including me in the. Even though we won't send it over to the Philippines,
I'll eat it for you. Don't worry.
No, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to give you an address. And remember, I think I told you on the your last broadcast that I had family members that were in the hospital for COVID. Well, they're back. They're both back at home, and they're not very far from our home in the U.S. And I'm going to give you their address, and we're going to send that. My aunt is recovering very well. My uncle still he's recovering, but not as quickly as my aunt is. But I know they would love to have the toffee, and it would be a wonderful thing. Great. So we'll go ahead and I'll give you their address. We'll send it to them. I'll let them know that it's
that'd
coming.
be great.
Nice.
That'd be great.
Is that shirt for me?
How's the Blossom doing?
Sorry, how's the Blossom thing?
Yeah, this is my Chuck shirt right here.
Yeah, man. Cool.
Downstate. No, you didn't. You probably didn't see. Because I don't think you and I actually started talking back and forth in dialogue on ArtCo until after I did a video on the shirt. I ordered this on Lazada, and I'm like, it's like a $2 shirt or something like that. And I ordered a bunch of them. I ordered like 3, 5, 6, I don't know, a bunch of them. And I'm like, what can you get for a couple of dollars? This is what I got. Well, I mean, it's like missing the sleeve, so you get kind of what you pay for. But for here in the back, in the backyard for the Philippines, this is perfect for work, especially during the pandemic when you're just stuck around your swimming pool in the backyard. Yeah. But anyway, Chuck, what I'll do is I'll look and see if they still have these, and I'll order some more. And when you come and visit us in the you and Lori come and visit us in the Philippines, I'll have some for you guys.
I can bring you a Syracuse shirt then.
There.
Yeah. Art was asking about the Blossoms. I haven't watched that video yet. I mean, Lori and I.
Well, I'm going to share. I just ran back. You know how I always like to share something. I'm going to share and I got to tell you, I'm going to lead up to this. Don't share it yet, Art. before you open it.
Okay.
I was really disappointed. I missed the opening, the blossom opening. I got it just before, and I'm like, it's maybe I have a misconception. Again, I'm learning all these Philippine things that go on about growing plants and when they start producing and do all this kind of stuff. Well, somebody wrote into my channel and said, "Oh, it can actually blossom at nighttime, and then it will close up and fall off in the morning, or close up everything in the morning." So that might have been what happened with this one right here. Well, anyway, go ahead and share this one. It's in need of
like
a little
moon
bit of
plant.
Yeah, but it's like in need of a little bit of Pfizer attention right here. But it's
There you go.
Yeah, a little Pfizer action would help. Well, apparently not. The vaccine doesn't seem to work.
Yeah, well, that's because they use the Chinese vaccine here. I'm sorry about that.
Need
Sorry
some
about
ginseng in there, whatever.
Yeah.
Horny goat weed or whatever it is.
So I have another opportunity. And I'll show you. So many that are on. I took a bunch of pictures for you this morning, but I didn't use my GoPro. I just used my iPhone.
Could you set one up?
An iPhone.
James, could you set one up in like high frame rate and let it run?
Well, maybe.
I mean, a GoPro can take the rain, so you could have it like out there and put a battery.
Well, I could put a canopy plug it in. Anyway, I have a bunch of them and a bunch of the that are ready to start getting to the point where I'll catch it. Now, I have plenty of opportunities to share. I had a bunch of pictures like this one right here. I have many. I'm really happy with these dragon fruit plants. They're actually we're getting a lot of buds and blossoms.
Pretty.
Cool. So I took a bunch of pictures, but the other one, the camera on the iPhone, when you get too close, the focus is horrible. So that was probably about the best out of all. So anyway, that's so to all the people who are watching my channel and were really expecting a sequel to yesterday's video, I apologize. I so apologize for that one right there. I did a big build up on that one, and that's what I saw the next morning when I went there. I was so sad. But anyway, there'll be more. There'll be plenty more times.
Well, I know that the Osmo Action records in like 5-minute segments if you just let it roll. So
well, the GoPro, the new, not the new, I think the new is what, the 9, I think, and I have the 8. I had the 5, 6, 7, 8. I have the 8. But with the 8, the other one you were restricted to like 0.1 for the slow motion capture, slow motion video. It would do like 0.1 second, 0.2 second, 0.5, 1 second.
Yeah.
And then I think the maximum on that one was, on the older ones, was like every 5 seconds or 10 seconds.
I think
the newer ones, at least maybe it happened with a software upgrade. The newer ones have where you can go like 30 seconds or every 60 seconds or something like that. So you have a really long span. So if you're for something like watching a flower, and while it's growing or blooming, or you see all those real neat things, like you see the bean seed,
you mean to do
sticking right out of the ground and starting, and the thing opening up like that.
Oh, that's time lapse. Yeah, that's time lapse. Just taking a picture like every so many seconds, and then
that's what I was talking about.
Yeah,
thanks
I was
for
thinking,
the correction, Chuck.
Sorry.
It's okay. I do this all the time. It's okay.
Getting into all this shit though. This stuff I really dig all this stuff. Like I love the high frame rate stuff where you can slow it down later. Like we were talking about the accident in Australia. It's like, if we really cool to see the airbag like open like really high frame rate. So you filmed it really fast. You can slow it down. Like,
yeah. Well, they do that too. The 8 also. There's some new features in the software app on the 8 that I didn't have in earlier, at least in the 5.
Probably 240 frames at like
something like that. Yeah. I made a mistake. You bump things sometimes. You think you're pressing something button because it's and I pressed something and it recorded everything in that high frame rate, slow motion type of a thing. But it allows you to correct it when you put it download it for whatever editing software, you just put it to normal frame rate, and it'll call. But it's
that's
saved.
cool.
It does all. Yeah.
That's cool. I had some footage come out crappy. I was filming an outdoor LED display, and the frame rate I had set wrong on the Osmo Action, and it was all like flickery. And then fortunately I used 2 other cameras that were right, but somehow I screwed up the settings. It's probably the same thing where I just set the shit up wrong. The GoPro software is pretty cool. I use that. I had a bunch of pictures from my home automation when it was snowing overnight and the next day. And it'd take like a picture. The home automation took a picture like every so many, 15 minutes or whatever. So the GoPro software let me take all those and stitch them together in terms of like a time lapse. So I had the snow going, covering everything up.
Well, I gotta ask you,
GoPro
Chuck.
software.
What do you for your GoPro software? I maybe it's something you use, maybe it's not something you use. What do you use to transfer your files from your GoPro to your computer?
It's the Osmo Action. It's DJI's thing, but I plug it in with USB-C and grab the files to the computer and then edit them with DaVinci.
Okay.
So,
I watched the YouTube video. It's amazing what you can find on YouTube. But
yeah.
I was using before. I can't remember what the original software. I think I was using some original GoPro software with the way I was doing the transfer. But it's buggy. It was buggy as can be. GoPro actually has a lot of buggy stuff going on in their apps and their software. Excuse me. So I watched a YouTube video that somebody did, really nice video about how he transfers. And if you get an opportunity, maybe it's because I have an Apple, a Mac. I don't know if it's for an Android. It's for an Android type of device. So anybody who has an Android or a Mac and they're transferring and they have a GoPro, I recommend this program called Android File Transfer. Android File Transfer. You can download it from the App Store, and I use that, and it works really good, much better than what I had before for transferring files from the card that comes out of the GoPro.
Yeah.
Hello, Philip Shack.
Yeah, I saw Philip's on. We became friends today on Facebook. Hey, new friend.
Mm-hmm.
The DJI. From the DJI, when you pop out the SD card.
Yeah,
that's what I use it for.
Yeah. I find it easier just to connect up a USB-C cable to the camera itself and just grab the files using. I usually go USB-C to USB-C now because those ports are pretty damn fast. Instead of popping the card out every time.
I got a question for you guys. I saw somebody popped up in the comment section, I think the acronym or the name for the new DJI drone. I got an advertisement that came through email the other day, and I went and I clicked on the link real quick. I didn't really look in depth, but I think DJI has a new drone, right? With a 2 on the end of it, something.
Yeah,
two.
Air 2.
Mavic Air 2S.
What is it? Is it something I should be interested in looking into?
What do you have right now? What are you flying right now?
The Phantom 4 Pro.
Oh, well, if you want a foldable, the Air 2S is pretty sweet. It has a 1-inch sensor, 20 megapixels, fixed aperture, though. That's the only drawback. It flies 30 minutes. It has APAS 4, OC or OcuSync 3.
Oh, he's looking. He's already there. He is so fast.
Who, what?
Mr. Google over here.
Who?
I see you doing this. You're looking at the specs on it. So anyway, if you were to compare that between that and like the Mavic Pro 2 or whatever
Mavic
that
2 Pro,
the Mavic 2 Pro, yeah. Which one is better between the very latest one that just came out?
This one.
And is that?
Well, the cool thing about the Air 2S is it weighs half as much as this beast. This weighs 2 pounds. The Air 2S weighs about 1.1 pounds.
To me. Okay, for me, you know what we talked about before. For me, it's quality. I don't care about the size. I don't care about the.
Check out the footage.
I want the distance. I want the distance, the time, and the quality of the video.
Are you doing video or stills? Are you doing video or stills?
Well, I do both. I do video and stills, but mostly it's for the channel. It's for the channel, for video mainly.
The Air 2S is pretty. If I didn't have this thing, I'd get an Air 2S. But that's
Yeah,
you know what else they got? This has the barrel distortion that you have to correct in post when you do the videos, and when you're in D-Log, you have to you get the picture gets kind of like you have the curved. You know what I mean? It's got the almost like a GoPro kind of look to it, the lens distortion. They fixed that with the Air 2S. It doesn't. You don't have to do anything in post to fix it. And then it has. Why am I talking so? Wow, Ash would be proud at droning on. I'm actually selling the Air 2S right now. But, no, if you have a Mavic 2 Pro, and you don't care that it weighs twice as much as the Air and you can carry it around, it's a good drone. But if you don't and you don't need the adjustable aperture, it's really the only thing this thing lacks is an adjustable aperture.
For me, the Phantom 4 Pro that I have, it's been a great. I don't know. There's just so many good things I can say about it, but it's done all the things that I've needed it to do with quality. I got to say the only negative thing for me is the size, because it's like when you're trying to carry it to the top of a volcano somewhere before the volcano erupted over here. Speaking of, we'll talk about that in just a moment. We'll go back to that. Yeah. But I had to carry this. I looked like an astronaut landing on the moon. I had a big backpack
The big backpack
that held the styrofoam container that held the drone inside there.
Oh my God, James, you love the Air 2S then. If you're going to carry that hiking, it's going to be.
But I keep saying how great the Phantom 4
and it is. Really, that's the Advanced, right?
Well, it's not called the Advanced. It's the Plus. It's the Plus version, the Phantom 4 Pro Plus. And what makes it Plus? It's the remote control. It's the standalone controller that it has inside there. Yeah. And I really like that. But the second, besides the size, the second drawback is it's got the old. It doesn't have OcuSync. It has the old whatever.
It's got Lightbridge.
Lightbridge. Yeah, I forgot about Lightbridge.
Lightbridge, yeah. So the technology is a little bit old on there. I would like to have the newer technology to have. I like what I've read on the OcuSync about and I think they're on 2 now, right? OcuSync 2, or are they on 3?
No,
3.
Well, this is 2, and like Art loves it when I talk about the penetration of the radio signal. See, he loves that. OcuSync 3 uses 4 antennas instead of 2. So
you're gonna have to put a PG.
I know he gets all excited over
symbol on your.
Well,
your broadcasting.
Nothing is line of sight. Your radio has to cut through the murk, all the trees and the foliage and stuff, and buildings and stuff, get the signal. So I mean, OcuSync 2's been. I have never. I'm gonna knock on wood. Broke signal with this thing.
Well, I think that's one of the reasons that I want to do that's one of the main reasons I want to do the upgrade, because right now most of the stuff that I do around here is in the local area, and we have so many transmission lines. There's so many things
create interference. That
create interference. Now, I will tell you with the Lightbridge, if you're flying over, say, a lake, unobstructed view over a flat surface like the lake. I told you I got 11 kilometers. 11 kilometers on my Phantom 4 Pro, and which if I tried to fly, and it's not supposed to go a lot. I think they're advertising 7 kilometers or something like that. Nice. But that's how I got inside the volcano. That's the only way I was able to get into the volcano for the February video I did after it erupted in January 2020. So, but since I do a lot of stuff here, what I notice, even I go maybe 2 kilometers from here, and I'm starting to lose signal, especially if I fly low altitude, and the trees and everything like that. It's just it always comes home. It's like a good dog. It always comes home. I've not so far, knock on wood, like you're talking about over there.
Yeah, right. That's what I was doing. I changed the color of this thing.
But I want to know. I'm going to be able to get home anytime soon, it seems, with all this stuff. But when I do go home the next time, I want to pick up a new drone. And
there you go.
Well, you'll have plenty of time to read up on it. But the Air 2S is pretty cool. I have 3 of these. I don't know why I have. Well, one's a Zoom.
It's because you're a rich YouTube blogger. That's why you're.
It's not
that's
from
why
YouTube. It's because I've been lucky with my career. It has nothing to do. My YouTube
No,
career
you've
is a
been lucky
flop
with
right
your
now.
wife. You've been lucky with your wife allowing
Well, she's
you to-
pretty awesome. Yeah, yeah.
Drone
No,
Views Media say he tried Lightbridge in Tagaytay. Route 5.
Okay. Well, Tagaytay isn't a kind of an exception to the rule because Tagaytay is really elevated compared to
Yep.
everything around here. So, I mean, you're not flying from a low valley up somewhere and over a lot of obstacles. When you're on Tagaytay, you're already on the top of the hill. So
Yep.
everywhere you fly, especially if you're on the side and you're flying away, you pretty much have a lot of line of sight on Tagaytay. But here I'm down lower and so anyway.
Yeah. At least the 10 toes, he carries his Air 2. The Air 2 and the Air 2S are the same physical size for all intents and purposes. Carries a little itty bitty bag. I've seen they have like a fanny pack that holds, dude, it holds the remote, the drone. It's like this. It's probably smaller than this thing. Like having all your, well, close to that, not much bigger because it's, if have you ever seen the Mavic Pro? Remember the original Mavic Pro, James?
Yeah.
The Air 2 is smaller than that. Not, just it's almost like stockier. It's a little shorter.
Well, sometimes it pays to wait, and especially when you don't have a choice, when you're kind of like in lockdown situation.
Yeah, well, they always get
better. I try to put the spin on things since I can't travel back and stuff like that. Something new will be waiting. Maybe even better the next time when I do get to go back.
Well, they changed quick shots to master shots now. So this new drone has master shots, and it basically it does a bunch of moves and stitches them together, and you can choose different scenarios or whatever, like it'll basically self edits the footage for you, so you can just like you had selfie and orbit and boomerang and remember and drone. You remember those shots?
Well, have you used any of those features before?
Yeah, I like boomerang a lot. That's fun. Droney's fun. Asteroid is really cool, but you can wear it out. I got carried away with that when I used it in too many videos, but it's fun. But this is neat though, because I think for like a new person just getting into drones, and if the Air 2S is going to be their first GPS drone or a really serious GPS drone, holy crap! I mean, you don't even have to be good at editing. It'll create shots for you that you could share quick on YouTube or on Facebook or whatever. Adds music and everything. Bam. Done.
Well, it sounds like a contender. Something I'm going to look more into. You can actually buy them over here. You can buy all of the DJI products over here, but the price is just you might as well add 30-40% increase on the price, and they're already expensive to begin with, especially the Phantom series. But I would say probably around 30%. I think is what you'll pay more for any of the DJI products over here. I've been trying to get another battery. But it's just every time you go online, it's like no stock. And the ones that you do that find are in stock, it's like $200.
Really? So
it's crazy.
Oh man, it sucks. I think Keith's in Thailand. He says the same thing, that it's really tough to get those. Like I said, well, I can send you a battery. He's like, oh, you really can't. It's like, damn, you can't get them in the country.
That's the problem.
So,
that's the problem.
Yeah,
any like NiCad or Li-ion type of batteries and stuff like that, they really don't like shipping stuff like that. And if you do ship them, it's really expensive when they start doing stuff like that. I think they have to have some type of special handling. And
he works for a logistics company too, so I mean he has some advantages. But like I sent him I had one of these I turned into a Pro. It was a Zoom when I bought it used, and he needed the Zoom camera for his, so I sent him the Zoom camera, and he basically took care. I just boxed it up. He gave me the shipping label, and we sent it across the pond over to him. But that's because that one didn't have batteries. Yeah. Anything with batteries, it's like a no-go.
Yeah, certain things like Drone Views Media said, certain things over here they're great. The prices are crazy, but
and you guys are like neighbors. That's insane.
Blows
my mind.
Ness and I were talking about it yesterday, and because we do a lot of there are a lot of things over here that are very expensive, but there are a lot of things over here that are very affordable, And I think for the normal person over here that's not eccentric and they're frugal with the way that they do their spending, you can live really well over here. I'll give you a case in point. Last night, we ordered out a lot lately. Well, mainly because of the pandemic. We order all our groceries. And last month, I think was it last month or the month before when we produced our cost of living over here, it was mostly based on probably about 80%, 90% groceries and about 10% takeout. This month we kind of, I don't know, she's probably listening to everything I'm saying, but we're gone like 90% on takeout and not quite as much on, yeah. But the thing is, even with the takeout, case in point was last night we ordered, and this is what you're going to find it's very affordable. We ordered 2 pizzas. We have a place called Greenwich. I don't know if that's in the U.S. or not. Greenwich. It's like Italian food, pasta, spaghetti, pizzas, a lot of Italian type food.
See that?
Yeah.
Lori wants to know if you know what that is. That's the flower she was talking about a little bit earlier in the chat.
No, I don't know what that is, but
it was in St. Thomas. She took this picture in St. Thomas.
Well, I will tell you, if you take that picture and upload that picture to me, or if you watch my channel and you see me talking about Edgar, and I always put Edgar's link to his Facebook account.
Okay.
And he's in Rosario. You send the picture, befriend Edgar, and he's only failed me once, and I would say fail.
Really?
He didn't fail me. He just didn't know.
Horticulturist. He's a horticulturist, I think.
Well, he went to school. He went to university for agriculture, and he knows just about. Hey, babe. Hello.
Pizza Hut.
Yes.
Pizza Hut.
I'm here outside the gates of Sierra Maria.
Okay, just come on in. We're here.
Kanino yan? Thank you, sir. Thank you. Kanino yan? Kay Sir James po, bayad na po.
Okay. For you.
Okay, salamat. Maraming salamat.
I'd like a large pepperoni pizza with...
No, that was a... Oh, I just got notification on that. Hold on. Isn't this great live streaming? All these, it's just boom. And none of this is planned. I love live streaming.
That's the way
you never know man. You never know what's going to happen. So,
not using Wireshark. You're all good, or Wire.
I always praise Amazon.com, and I'm like, Lazada is the Amazon.com wannabe coming up. Well,
yeah.
They're slowly getting there. I ordered yesterday for our band stage. I ordered some extension multi-outlet strips so that I can plug one thing in and all the amps and all the crap instead of hanging them up on the wall, plug in, so they could plug down. So this is a multi-strip outlet. I ordered them yesterday. I ordered 2 of them yesterday.
Got them?
Yesterday evening.
Nice.
They're delivering right now on a Sunday.
You just reminded me, James. Yeah, I love Amazon for that too. We get stuff like a lot of times next day. Yeah, I need to order up power adapters if I'm really going to go to the UK in the fall. I need to get my step down. I need adapters that also step down because I don't trust that all my equipment can deal with
You can get all that stuff on Amazon. Amazon.
Yeah, it's all there.
Travel adapters, for people for the ladies for their hair curler things and the blowers, and they have all those things there.
My CPAP machine has all those adapters, so I'm ready to go when I come to the Philippines.
I have
one wireless. When I put this up here, could you hear her talking? I don't know if you could hear. I tried to put the...
Yeah. Could hear her, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yep, she didn't get snuffed out by the noise cancellation or anything.
This I really like this lady here because this lady, she's our local Lazada delivery team. It's 2 ladies, but sometimes it's only one. But they live right here in our barangay, and they know us really well because they come like every day. Ness and I are always ordering so much on.
Lori and I were horseback riding on Maui. This happened more than once. It happened actually 2 separate vacations, and she had her phone around her neck with like a lanyard, and it kept kind of bouncing into her. And for some reason, it dialed Pizza Hut in Syracuse or Maui twice on 2 separate trips, so 4 times. Pretty hilarious.
Did they deliver? Maybe it was cold though by the time I got there. Maybe you got a discount because they missed their 30-minute delivery.
Actually, it probably would have tasted better because I remember the first time Laura and I went to Maui was on our honeymoon, and we got to the condo really super late at night. It was like 9:30 at night, and we're like starving. We ordered a pizza from Pizza Hut because like, hey, we're familiar with pizza, we'll just get a pizza. Yeah, it was twice as much as a Pizza Hut pizza was in New York State.
Yep.
And half as good, if that.
Well, Pizza Hut here, I will tell you, every one of the U.S. franchises that you find in the Philippines, they'll be like Pizza Hut, Dairy Queen, McDonald's, Burger King, everyone. KFC is probably one of the biggest over here inside here. Every single feet? No. Not. But when you go to KFC, you get rice and spaghetti. It's like everywhere. You go to McDonald's, you get hamburger and spaghetti. The spaghetti, they love their spaghetti up here. But the point I was getting to was everything it's authentic. It's there, and as a matter of fact, sometimes, to be honest with you, I think it's better because sometimes, like when you go to places like Burger King or McDonald's in the U.S., I think I've had the biggest problem with Burger King in the U.S. They'll pre-cook stuff and it'll sit somewhere for a while, and when you get it, it seems, especially if you get fish, like a fish fillet. Oh my goodness, I've got some of the worst fish fillets. From I think it was Burger King. Was it Burger King? I don't know. It was McDonald's. It was McDonald's. I'm sorry, I'm slamming. I'm slamming at McDonald's. But I remember the exact place that I went to in Charleston. I won't name the place. I actually called up the manager. I was so angry. The fish sat like it tasted like it was sat there for about a week before under one of those heating lamps.
Those heat lamps,
yeah. And it was horrible. But here, everything you get, they're very strict. With their that you don't. It might take you a little bit longer to get it, but it's freshly cooked, and it's done right. Everything you get from every American franchise type of a restaurant here, 100%. I have never gotten a bad meal from any of those over here.
How do you like Jollibees?
I don't like Jollibee. I mean, it's the number one burger place here in the Philippines. As a matter of fact, they've expanded. There's Jollibee in the U.S. now. I think it's on the West Coast. I think they have Jollibee on the West Coast,
but
I don't.
New Jersey and Miami.
Every franchise has something unique about their food. That's why they are a franchise, and they send containers. Because there's a central point where they manufacture the stuff and they distribute this out because it's their trademark. It's like when you go Kentucky Fried Chicken, that 7 magic herbs and spices or whatever it is that they have their original recipe.
The original recipe.
The original recipe. It's exactly what you get. It's what came from the U.S. or they send all the however they do it.
Same ingredients and stuff. Yeah, and that's why we thought the Pizza Hut pizza was a safe bet on Maui. But maybe it was just that the cook that night was, having an off day or something. But it was pretty lousy.
So for what Art was talking about, Jollibee has a meat. Their meat that they use for the hamburger meat. To me, it doesn't taste like hamburger meat. I don't know what it is. The closest thing,
chicken feet.
The closest thing I can say is I was in Amsterdam one time and I ordered the hamburger from a guy with one of these stands with the umbrella, and it was
wheat burger,
and it tasted. I've never eaten horse before, but somebody told me they sell horse burgers and
the Glue Factory burger.
Yeah, and I'm not slamming. I'm not slamming Jollibee. I'm not slamming Jollibee, but it's not my taste. Whatever meat combination that they use inside there, it does. When you've grown up on American beef, that's what you expect. And it's just
Art's thinking something really dirty right now. Because you said grow up on American beef. Art's
Well,
gears are
I think
turning
Art
up
likes.
here. I can hear it.
I think Art, you like the Jollibee. I think you said that once before.
I haven't
You like
tried Jollibee.
Oh,
I've heard a
okay.
lot
Well, you'll
about
see. Then you'll see. You'll see. And I will tell you, I'm glad we brought it up now because when you do, well, I don't know what it tastes like in the U.S., mate. I don't know if it's opposite. You know, in the U.S., anything from a U.S. franchise over here is exactly like U.S. I don't know if any franchises over here that moves to the U.S., if they Americanize it, do the little spin on it or whatever.
Probably ruin it. Yeah, we ruin everything.
You know, like Taco Bell does to Mexican.
Oh God, food. That's an abortion of. I went there once. I remember my coworkers when I worked second shift at Carrier. I went there once with the guys, and I was like, "How do you eat this shit?" It's like, that's not beef. I don't know what it is, but that brown stuff is not beef. Like, this is so gross. I never went back again. It was one and done. Yeah, we don't do everything better over here. That's for sure.
Well, so
Magnolia's Bakery though, you have to, like Lori's right. You have to find Magnolia's when things clear up COVID wise. You gotta check that place out.
We were trying to check yesterday because it's actually getting worse than it is better over here right now.
Oh crap! I was hoping you guys were improving.
No, the numbers you see if you have a chance to look at Philippine news, and you can actually see it, a good place to look is on YouTube. I forgot. I don't know if it's GMA or Ness. Ness has a site that she goes to all the time.
Right.
But you can see the numbers. The numbers are really going up, just like they are in a lot of different places. Whether they're calling it third wave or fourth wave in different places around the world.
Fourth here in the States.
I don't think we've ever gotten out this first wave here. But anyway, we're trying to where you said Magnolia was somewhere up around Laguna or Cavite.
Yeah,
where did you say that was at? It was somewhere up there,
found
right?
it. She'll probably post it in a second, but she found it. But it's up north of you, and
Yeah,
Magnolia's Bakery. They're based originally out of New York City. There's 3 of them in New York City.
How does it compare to Clyde's?
I don't know. It's Clyde's.
I gotta tell you, I know both of you guys.
That's his
If you
place.
ever go,
James loves Clyde's.
Where's Clyde's?
It's a franchise. It's a franchise here, but we go to the one. They have a bakery shop inside SM Lipa. It's the mall. It's the mall in SM Lipa, and I got to tell you, every person who has been on my or watched my videos and saw us go inside, and then have come and visit the Philippines, and they go there. Everyone has never been disappointed. Everyone, and
so
it's
you can do a video on this. You have to do a side-by-side taste test of cupcakes from these 2 places. This is what you got to do.
Yeah, maybe.
It'd be the New York versus Philippines. Well, sorta cupcake competition.
Yeah. But it's funny. It's funny. People come when they come into the Philippines, especially foreigners who come. And they're traveling through Luzon, whatever they're doing, and they come to Lipa and they stop there and they walk inside and they say, "I want the pastry that James gets," and they know
really?
Right off the bat.
And they know?
Yeah, they know. Or they'll say, "You know, there's a vlogger here," and they're like, "Oh yeah, this is what you want. You want because my favorite pastry."
Dude, you're famous.
I swear this is, and they let us know that all the time, and we don't get any discounts. We don't get. I know we probably generated so much business for them, but they truly are.
So you're like Casey Neistat over there, like, James, how you doing? They get like selfies with you.
I do.
That's awesome.
And we're not that big. We're not that big of a channel, but we can travel all the way to Manila. We can go to the big box stores, whether it be City Hardware, CW Home Depot, McKilling. Wilcon. Wilcon is the big one. I can be walking in any Wilcon in Manila, and there will be people that will pull up next to me, and they're like, "Oh, I know you. I watch you. I watch you because we do a lot of home. We do a lot of home improvement, and we go inside Wilcon. Cool. We do a lot of and it's really humbling. It's a very humbling feeling for people to stop you inside parking lots and inside the mall. Yeah, it's a really humbling experience, and we try to spend.
Hello.
I think my Lazada delivery just arrived. Oh, here.
Your video
let me show you.
froze.
Oh yeah.
That's our Amazon.com equivalent right there. Magandang umaga. So I'll show you in just a minute what I ordered last night, and it got here this morning. It's incredible how quick. I think they're doing like Amazon. Did you know how Amazon has their hubs now? They've got all these warehouse hubs. Yeah, so they keep stuff in stock in all these warehouses, and a lot of times they can get to you within 24 hours.
Yeah, they're gonna start flying stuff around here in the States with drones.
So this Lazada. So this is what we're gonna do.
Lazada Christmas every day.
We're gonna do a box opening, and I gotta tell you, they do such a great. They don't put it in box when you buy from Amazon. They always put it in the everything comes in the bag. Everything comes in the bag.
Amazon's been doing more of that though, James. They've been
so the bag. Well, it's because they save a lot of space by doing it. Like they can fit more
materials.
Materials. They don't have. I don't know if you got to see the little battery powered. Yeah, the little battery powered vent. Thank you. The little battery powered vent they have. So they only have a limited amount of space to put on. So they package everything.
Break the hermetic seal.
Yeah. So anyway, I got two of these, and you're going to be surprised when I tell you the price here in just a second. What?
Should we do Art? Do you want to play The Price is Right? Should we guess?
No, I
$1.
We should do Karnak.
Look at this. So this is six outlets and USB. Let's say I think it's 4 USB connections on here, and it's got high temperature fuse protection. It's got like spiked over voltage from all of these things. Take a guess on what the price was on this.
$25.
Art?
I'm gonna say $3.95.
Okay, let's get some of your guys on your in the comment section out here. What do they think the price of this was?
Where's Barker's Beauties? Are they gonna pop up for us?
$40.
Okay, I'm gonna so that you see. Let me bring up my order real quick. Hold on.
Lori says $40.
$40. Well, it's probably what I would have for this. I think that's probably what you would have paid in the U.S.
That's what I would have guessed, Lori. That's why I went low. I'm serious because you James alluded to it that it was a super deal.
I will tell you they have something over here. They had like flash sales or something.
$19.99 in a Ginsu knife.
my order is.
You ever cut through the tin cans?
Yeah, even cut cans.
Triple edge. They had a triple edge blade.
My orders. Okay.
Ginsu knives. We used to have Camilla's Cutlery, and they had like a triple edge blade too. Those things were made right here in Camillus, New York. They're awesome, but not awesome enough to not go bankrupt. Probably the labor was too expensive, I'm guessing.
Probably.
Pretty union labor in New York State is, and you can keep the building heated too.
All right, hold on. Yeah, let me.
James, I figured you were still looking it up. That's why we're playing with.
Okay, hold on. Stuff. I gotta see where's my.
We are holding.
Okay, hold on. Okay, let me get back over to. The app.
You kind of froze for a second. You had audio, but your face froze. You were frozen in time.
Oh, what's going on here? It says. I don't want to do this. I want to share.
Wait, there's more. You're going to get a ShamWow. ShamWow.
I see. I had something I was
new finish.
Okay. Anyway,
how about the inside the egg scrambler? Remember that, Art? From ArtCo?
Oh yeah, there you go.
Makes the perfect Christmas gift.
Not very good for Boo.
Okay, that currency translates to
it's about $11 or $12. About $11 or $12.
That's super cheap. That's half of what
See,
I
that
thought
was
it was.
close.
Yeah, ours was
Yeah,
close.
Steve Mack was the closest.
And you see the three that
There
are
was
on
no
here.
free Ginsu knife though.
I got the most expensive. Let me run over. If I were to order the let me go to where the.
But yours was U.S. spec. In your pictures, it showed U.S. spec on the box, or that shows the European spec, like the plug type.
Yeah, this one. Well, the plug that goes into the wall is a U.S. type.
But that one on the box, it showed like that was U.S.
The one that goes into the wall, this one is hard to see with the lighting. And where the extension cord comes out and plugs into the wall, that's U.S. But all of these are universal. These will take U.S.
Okay.
These will take U.S. Yeah. I don't know if you can see the
no, I know what you're talking about though. I've seen that when I was shopping for these things. I know
it's easier. It's easier to see on the white one. The white one.
Yes,
right
that's easy to see. Yep.
And they'll take European. They'll take U.S. They'll take a little bit of. And that's what I did when I installed all my service outlets. They call them service outlets here in the Philippines. It's your plug, your AC plug outlet like you have in the U.S.
Duplex, usually it's two of them.
You can either get a single where it's just the two round ones, or the straight one. You can make it only U.S. only, or they have universal. And Panasonic is real good. So we installed Panasonic everywhere inside the house. That's what we use. So
smart, very smart.
Anyway, it was a good deal. I saw that one, but the when the flash came up on the screen. When it popped up on, I have the Lazada app here, and it does notifications. And when they have all these neat deals, and I think the notification came up, and it was like 160 pesos for the, but it showed all of them. It showed they have a what is it, like a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 outlets or something on it. So of course it's bait. The one that came on that was only like 160 pesos was the one that only had like 2 or 3 outlets on there. So then when you click on the one that has the 6, I think this has 6. Yeah, 6. It was the more expensive one, but it showed what their discounted price was. And I think that it was like at a 70% discount on that one. So
there's something
Flowbee
James needs.
A Flowbee.
What is that Flowbee? I've heard that before.
Oh, that's the vacuum cleaner that cuts your hair.
Yeah, remember Wayne's World did the suckuts? Remember Wayne's World did the suckuts thing?
I remember that.
It hurts. It hurts. He's cutting cars' hairs.
Was that comment on there meant maybe for something? I'm actually getting. I won't say slammed lately, but I am getting comments about anything from you look like a hermit. You're starting to look like a hermit. To I don't remember all the comments. I'm starting to get them.
Yeah, you froze again. Must be who's sucking up all your bandwidth.
Oh, I don't. You know what? Let me. Oh, I know why. Okay, I'm going to switch over real quick while we're here.
Okay.
Another Apple problem. Gotta come over to the dark side, James. I love to bust them, but I know it's fine. They all do the same crap at the right time. All right, look how quiet it got. Look, we stopped him in time.
Yeah.
You do better than me. I can't hold still enough. It's awesome. Holy crap, it's already after 9 o'clock? Wow, time flies. How'd that happen?
Well, let's bump him out while we wait for him to come back in, and then.
You think he's a distraction? Is he a distraction?
My shoulder is starting to get sore.
Yeah, you know what it'll be? You'll really notice it tomorrow, and then it'll start to ease up like in a day or two. But yeah, it'll be tender.
There we go.
There he is. Yeah, mine too. By the way, mine too. My jab site is not exactly like the Band-Aid's right here. Like if I see a Band-Aid.
Oh, congrats, Chuck. Congrats on that.
Thanks. I've been poisoned twice now, so now they got me.
I got to tell you,
turn into a human drone.
Hey, congrats on both you guys. I keep getting emails. From the VA. They keep saying, the shot's here. Just come on down. We'll give you the shot. And I'm like, well, kind of hard for me to come down and get the shot.
That sucks because they've been.
Yeah,
There was like
almost.
So New York State opened it up to 16 and older like a week or so ago, and Lori and I went in for our second shot today, 3 weeks after the first. It was sort of busy the first time, but not really, not bad at all. This time it was like a ghost town. I mean, we just right up in.
Yeah.
Ended up at table number 1. Like 75 tables in the place.
Yeah.
I mean, not that it was just luck we got number 1, but I mean, there was no wait at all. It's just,
well, you know what kind of is bothering me a little bit more about that is because we're thinking, oh well, we want to spend the money, come back. I want to get either Moderna, the Pfizer. I want to get the ones that they're showing is 95, 96%.
95 after. We should be 95 after 10 days.
But what concerns me, and I thought about this a long time ago, and the health officials like the CDC or the WHO or all these creditable agencies, and they knew this a long time ago. And I mean, Dr. Fauci, they knew this a long time ago, but they failed to emphasize because I think they want to just make sure that everybody gets in there and gets their initial inoculation, is the fact that these are not forever. These are no different from getting a flu shot. You have to go back, whether it be every 6 months, every 12 months.
I guess it's 12.
You will always have to go back, like we go back every year because there's new variations and we've already seen how many variants already since 1 year ago, a little over 1 year ago.
It's the same thing. They're gonna have to make a cocktail. And
yeah,
it sucks.
And I can't afford every 6 months to fly back to the U.S. to get a boost.
It's looking like 12, James. It's looking like 12 months, but they don't really know yet. But it's
we normally, and that would be okay for us because we normally fly. We normally go back every year for to see our family and stuff like that. So,
some guys were saying this sounds reasonable that the common cold started off as dangerous as COVID initially, and then after a bunch of generations, it's been dumbed down to the common cold.
Yeah,
and they said
and it could be
babies are already being born with the antibodies. Babies have already been born with the antibodies for this.
Yeah.
So
evolution.
Yeah. I mean, but COVID has always been around. I mean, this is a new one. It's nasty, but it's very the style of this virus has been around.
And that's a really logical conclusion to take on this, because if you look at something like the Spanish flu, remember the Spanish flu?
Yeah, we all learned about that again this year. Yeah,
and there's been, and we talked about this before, there's been so many variations of this type of pandemic that have happened over the hundreds of years in the past, and then eventually, even when they didn't have
just
the mass rollout of hundreds of millions of vaccinations to be able to deal with it, it burns out after a while, because I believe what you're saying is people catch it. The ones that don't die,
herd immunity, basically.
It is. So
to get the herd immunity is when you have some, and because we're so connected, the whole world is so connected now that now it really is a pandemic, and now it really is global.
But unfortunately, back in the day when they didn't have the ability to vaccinate and slow down this death rate, they had the people just died. Now we have an opportunity with the vaccinations to save a lot of people who would have died had they caught it, and they were part of that group that had pre-existing conditions and were affected more than other people. So we have the ability now. That's the only advantage that we have now, but it's the same. It's just like you said, like the common cold probably at the very beginning
started off something pretty horrible.
Probably did.
Yeah, and that doesn't mean there'll be something worse than COVID at some point, but I'll probably be ready to die at that point. Hopefully. I hear piano in the background, James.
No, it's not piano. It's Ness practicing guitar.
That's guitar?
Yeah, she's on a classical guitar inside there. She every day she's. Oh, you can't. The microphone's here.
Oh, I hear strumming now. Okay, and the phone's ringing.
I'm sorry, guys.
Good morning po.
Good morning.
Pizza Hut.
Good morning, sir. Sir, Ninja Van Delivery po.
Just a minute. You're expecting a food delivery? Yeah. Sir, it's for you. Just a moment.
That's probably Bill from Coast to Coast Drones Food. I went to the wrong place again. To the Philippines this time.
This is this is all day long. It's like this. I'm getting, and the all the phone numbers that come in that I don't have a user ID that I know who the person is. It's for her. It's something that she's ordering. Lazada. What? For who? For you. Oh, it's for you.
Oz by Drone has a great logo, by the way. That's a cool logo.
Hey, Greg.
Hey,
good to see you,
Greg.
and
Hey,
get well
hope you're
soon.
feeling. Yeah, I heard about the nasty bump on the head. It's terrible.
Long distance drone delivery. Yeah, dude, I didn't realize you got rammed in the back side. Not cool. I want to see the footage. Did he put it on his YouTube channel yet?
Yeah,
did
he
he
showed it on his show last night.
he had the front and rear cameras.
Dude, I
like we
gotta
have
so
in our truck?
subscribe to Greg. I'm not subscribed to him. I gotta subscribe to him right now.
Yeah.
I think Greg's on. He's on. When does he do his show?
Friday.
Oh, it's on Saturday.
That would be Saturday, your time.
Saturday for me. That's
Yeah,
right,
Saturday
that's right.
morning.
There we go. I'll subscribe first, ask questions later.
So he posted on yesterday's episode. He posted his
Yeah, he played
accident.
it during his show. Yeah.
Oh, I gotta go back and.
I know this dude. Why have I not subscribed to him? I'm such a jerk. Okay,
Yeah.
I fixed it.
Jerk.
I fixed it.
You gotta go on the show, Chuck, because he comes on here all the time, and you guys talk drone. You're big into the drone.
Yeah.
You got to go on his show. He's got a very sophisticated. If you haven't been on it, he's got a very sophisticated setup.
Oh, I like that sophisticated
Yeah,
stuff.
it's really professional. And
I was
he has
working on
a
mounting this
producer.
thing. I was working
There's like
on
a
mounting this
producer
thing.
and a moderator and all these fancy effects and
Nice.
yeah, and he does a lot of research. I always promote his show.
That would be great, Greg. You're welcome to pop in.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Anyway, Greg has a great show, Chuck, and if you're into the technical, and you are into the technical,
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are. Yeah, you are. I know you are.
Oh my god, I'm surrounded by tech. This is terrible.
Yeah,
I've been cleaning up the office because
he does a lot of research, and he does the research on like new prototypes. A company will be getting ready to come out with something, and he'll push some. They'll do like promo material, and he'll copy that over to the show, and he's got some really good stuff on there.
Is he coming in?
Yeah, I'm gonna let's see.
From down under?
I know he gets my my emails.
He'll be in.
I got yours too, Art. When I asked you about that earlier, I got it. I didn't see it.
Before Greg gets in, just real quick, I noticed you were talking about Balut this morning. Chuck doesn't know about Balut, so you kind of said right stuff and maybe a little bit off. But what Balut is what they call it over here. It's like an aphrodisiac, okay, and it's also supposed to be good for hangovers as well. Of course, there's a lot of hype and a lot of things over here, a lot of mystery, but it's sold only in the evening time. Well, usually only in the evening time, especially on the weekends, Friday nights and Saturday nights.
Sure, aphrodisiac, of course, weekend.
They're out there doing their drinking and whatever. But what it is, it's a duck egg. All right, it's a duck egg where the embryo has hatched. It's to the point where it's probably a week or so from actually breaking open the shell. It's got all it's got
chickens
all
in there.
It's got all the feathers on it. It has the full beak. The beak is in there. The eyeballs are really big around. It has feet. It has the feet inside there. It has a skeleton. It has the full skeleton inside there. So what
the hell? Who the hell? How can that make anybody horny eating that crap?
I don't know. I did it. I did it. My wife talked me into doing it. We were in downtown Lipa. This was
You
in,
ate a baby chick before
this
it
was
had.
in
Oh, no
this was in
audio.
this was in
Mr.
2000.
Gorbachev, how you doing this evening, sir?
There we are. I can hear you. What did
You're
I
looking,
miss?
a bit better this.
And we're talking about balut.
Balut. Oh, let's not go there.
He already did. He did.
We already did.
He did, Greg.
So you
There
can
are some
imagine.
things you do not want to do in life, and that's one of them.
I'm not doing it.
What's one of the things when you come over here? They say you got to do it, but
No.
don't do it. Don't do
No.
it.
It's like when I go to Scotland, I know if one of my, it'll be
try
Keith.
the haggis.
Yeah, Keith is like, Chuck, if me and my wife meet you and your wife over here, you're trying the haggis. I'm filming it. I was like, oh, you bastard.
Well, we'll do that. I will sacrifice everything I know better. I will sacrifice, and we'll do a balut video.
No.
When things open up, we will do that, and you'll just have to turn your head when I suck on that egg, and
That's so wrong.
but we'll do it. I will do that.
That story sucks. Sorry, but
All right. Let's.
Oh, we're gonna get to see it. So I see the brake light and
Oh!
wait, go back.
Oh.
Go back. Were they on their phone? Can
no,
you tell if they were on their phone?
no, they weren't on their phone. And don't forget, their steering wheel is on the other side of the car than what you expect.
Yeah,
so-
yeah.
And I
I'm
can't
with you.
pause it because I've given it to Art.
Look, he's yelling. The guy's yelling. What the? He's
Oh no,
yelling.
I can control it. Here we go.
Wow, he clocked you hard.
Can you do that in slow motion? Do you have the ability to do that?
StreamYard.
Slow?
This is StreamYard. I can't know. But here's what
well,
you need
you're-
to have a look at. Have a look at the speed, right? Down in the bottom, 37, 39, 40. So I was traveling at 40 just before I braked. So assuming he's traveling at the same speed, or a little
Kilometers
bit
per hour?
faster, kilometers per hour.
So he
And-
went from 40 to naught in about half a second.
Not in about half a second, in 0 seconds, because he
It took
didn't
a period.
brake.
No, but I'm saying that in order for his vehicle to stop, it probably took about a half a second. So we have 40 kilometers per hour, which is what's that? And then we convert it to. I'm just trying to figure out the acceleration due to gravity. I'm trying to figure out how many G's.
Well,
You know.
I got a question because I noticed after he hit you, he puts his turn signal on like he's getting ready to leave
He's
you.
gonna jump out. He was gonna leave the scene.
What's going on? Did
He wanted
So-
out. Look, he wanted out.
Yeah, so
But you got his license
theoretically,
plate.
Australia, you can go and get off the road and exchange details out of the road. But my car was undrivable, and he didn't know that at that time. So eventually, he decided to stay there. He's trying to tell me. He's pointing over. Hey, go over there. I can't. The car's dead. The lights
So
that
how
I had
did-
on my car, hybrid system failure, pre-collision impact system failure. The windscreen wipers on my car got stuck on. I couldn't turn the car off. The button to stop the car physically would not turn the car off. The brakes failed, and I couldn't drive anywhere. I couldn't do anything. Please take your car to a dealer.
Great. Great. So that'll
Greg,
be,
Greg, what lengths do you go to do something like this and post on your YouTube channel?
Yeah. Anyway, I'm yet to go and have a look at something else. I'm a geek. You guys know I'm a geek, right? I've got something in my car. You guys, who knows about what a Raspberry Pi is?
Yeah,
oh yeah,
of course.
there's
Yeah,
a couple generations of those now.
Yeah.
There's a device called an AutoPi. It plugs into the OBD2 port on your car and listens to all of the messages coming from your car, records them, and at the same time, it's got a network connection and it's constantly sending them up to the cloud. So I'm yet to go and have a look at all of the stuff that the
You can
car
see all the
said.
data.
Yeah, I've got everything. I've got the lot. So I'll get into that soon.
So anyway,
Yeah,
yeah, it's
it's
11.
perfect.
So 40 kilometers per hour is 11 point whatever meters per second. So then, if that's meters per second, then if it took a half a second, you divide it by 0.5 seconds, right? Is that how you do it?
I don't
Convert
know
to
how
meters
to
per
convert
second
these.
squared.
But the heck with that, Greg. How are you doing, man? How's
Yeah, well,
did you have to go to did you have to go to the hospital, or what's going on with you?
So my own paranoia concern, for lack of a better description. As you can see, I got a pretty big series of bumps there. And for those who watch my channel will remember my father had a fall a while back. And some months later, he was not cognitive. He was unable to walk. He was unable to do most things. And it turned out he had a slow bleed on his brain. So I just said to myself, hey, this is a big hit. I want to know, is there any problem? So I got the scans done and no, there wasn't, but I would rather know than not know.
That's true.
And I had some back pain, but other than that, no, they gave me an all clear, but I definitely wanted to check it out.
Good.
That's good to hear. Good to hear.
Yeah.
Bad to see, but good to hear everything worked out on that.
Yeah. So you doing much live stuff yet, James?
Live streaming?
Yeah.
No,
when are you going to get into it?
I'm going to get into it, but I want to set up a studio. I want to do. Remember, I told you one of the rooms in the basement is going to be set aside for a library studio, and so when that gets completed, then we'll start doing the live streaming.
So you're going to have the bookshelf behind so that it can look like very presidential.
Exactly. And that's what Ness said. Ness, she's helping me design what she wants because she's a school teacher, and we have a library back in the U.S. And she said, and I built it for her. She told me what she wanted, and she liked that. She said, I want you to do the same thing here. So that's what we're going to do. Yeah. We'll set the desk on the opposite side with the camera, like in the bookshelf will be in the back. I think since it's such a small room, it's a very small room, and we also have a. It's one of those, I forgot, like a trundle kind of a bed or a day bed. It's a day bed. Yeah. It can also be like a couch, and then it has a pull out.
Kind of like the one that I've got over there. It's a fold out couch. Yeah.
Yeah, it's something like that. So what we'll probably do is like right behind me where you see the little fencing right there. Right there will be the bed. Then above and on both sides of it, we'll probably, if we can fit it in there, we'll do the bookshelves inside there. We're limited for space inside that room, but yeah. But yes, the answer to your question is I certainly want to do live streaming because there's so much content that people are asking about over the same thing over and over and over again, and I have to answer them individually on the comments section on our channel. Yeah. And it would be much easier to do this type of
just have a fireside chat,
a Q&A kind of thing, yeah.
And I like the style that you guys are doing here. It doesn't have to be necessarily limited to DIY. It can be current events. It could be a drone person could come. Anything. It's a fun channel. This is a fun channel, and I see it starting to take off because there's other places that are doing things like this, and it's a really good format.
By the way, one thing I'll give you as a should buy kind of on your list of things, Elgato, their green screen is one that you put on the floor and you just pull it up instead of a screen that you pull down. They are so good.
I have one right in this room from Newer.
Can you show James?
Yeah, I guess.
Well, that would kind of defeat the purpose of having a bookshelf in the background.
No,
right?
I'll tell you why. Some people do a fake studio, but you use your bookshelf most of the time. But just imagine this: you're in your studio. Yeah, and you have a second camera outside your house pointing at your swimming pool. You can do the look of what you're doing right now and have a live outside shot but be inside. So it's a pull-up screen instead of a pull-down one. Makes it very portable, makes it very simple.
Well, it ain't as portable as I'd like it to be, but it works.
Well, that would fit. Something like that would actually fit in perfectly behind that day bed that I was talking about, in between the bookshelves, and it would be dropped down. It'd be inconspicuous.
Exactly. That's why I'm giving you the thought.
They come in different widths too. Like I think mine's, I think it's 80 inches wide.
Or you don't feel like making your bed. That's a good.
Well, yeah.
But you know what would be also cool? Sorry,
Greg.
Chuck.
No, sorry,
That'd be
Greg.
also
Go ahead,
cool.
man.
Just imagine that one day when you have a typhoon and you can be sitting in front of your camera that's outside, but you can be inside and still look like you're sitting on the
in the typhoon. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's how.
Speaking. Typhoon. I wanted to bring that up.
Yep.
Do you know
the weather?
No, we are in a typhoon event right now. Let me bring up
my girlfriend down in Mindanao is experiencing it.
Yeah, I'm going to share this. I'm going to share this with you. Hold on. Let me show you where we're at. Hold on. And the name of the typhoon is Bising. Bising, Bising. You know, they have two names for typhoons over here. They have like an American or a North American name and an Asian name. And the other name is Surige, Surigae. But what I want to do is I want to share with you where we're at right now at this moment on this. See if I can do it. Here. And what I'll do is I'll focus in. Somebody was actually asking me this
look
morning.
at that.
So let me focus in. I'm gonna bring it up a little bit closer. Okay, so you see where the typhoon is. Can you see my arrow here marking around here? So there's the typhoon, and we are here. We are right here.
Wow, you're on the edge. You're like
this is Lipa right here. So the original forecast of this is supposed to be going up in this area, and we're supposed to be getting nothing but they're talking about maybe some precipitation. But that is if it continues the path. But sometimes you know how typhoons and hurricanes,
they're unpredictable.
They don't always follow a predictable course. And if it goes to the west, then we might feel some effects of that right there. So that's where we are right now.
You're on the dirty side of it too. If it shifts, you're on the dirty side. It's the messy side.
Yeah. Well, we're on the good side.
I thought the dirty side was off to the west. No.
Everything on the east is the side that always gets hits and gets all the damage and the flooding and the real bad the effects of. That's why we're really lucky where we are right here. And especially where we are in Lipa, because in Lipa, we are between two mountain ranges.
I see that. I see how it's parting. It's parting the wind patterns. That's cool.
Yes. So we are right down inside here, and we get some really good protection in this area right here through almost every single typhoon that comes through here. Right now, we have several calamities, they call it over here, that and people keep giving me updates and asking me questions about it.
Yeah, Laura, there's this website called Storm Carib, and the weatherman was it Dave? They called him Super Dave back when Lori and I used to go to the Caribbean every August. The peak of hurricane season happens to be our wedding anniversary week. So we used to go to the Caribbean. It was really cheap because nobody wanted to be there. It was really quiet. But there's this web. I'd watched this web page and they had like people reporting in from all the islands in the Caribbean, and they'd show all the weather and they had all the storms and what was active and what wasn't, and drove Lori nuts. Like, and I was like, oh, one's coming. I don't know. Might have to leave early.
Well, we have several concerns right now. Not so much. I don't really think. Well, you can see the wind is picking up just a little bit. I think we'll get a slight amount of wind here, but I think we're okay. I've been through 4 years worth of these events here, so I know which ones I really should be concerned about and which ones I really like. Most of the people, they don't even know there's a typhoon going. They don't watch the news that much, and they just like when you tell them, they're like, So even the big ones, even when we had this in November. We had 3 of them back to back, 2 Cat 1s and a Cat 3.
I'm just imagining a local saying, "That's not a typhoon. That's a typhoon.
That's not a knife. This is a knife." Yeah. So, Lori and I got whacked once. We only got whacked once. We had hurricanes go through a few days before we got there, and we checked if the phone was still working at the place we were going to rent to make sure there's still power on, because the power goes off if you fart hard in the Caribbean. So we knew.
Here. Well, that's here.
Yeah.
Same here. We have ours are every time a to-go, it's a big lizard, jumps across the power lines. If the to-go is
Shorts
this
them out.
long, and they find it. What we have, it's weird. We have transformers here, just like in the U.S., just like in North America, but they have fuses on the side. These fuses that are like this big, and they trip the fuse, and it blows, and you hear it. It's an explosion.
Oh,
it explodes! It explodes the fuse, and we know every time I hear that, which is about once every 2 weeks here, I'm like, oh, there goes another to-go. He's toast.
Yeah, toastified. And so in North America, though, like at least in New York State, I imagine most of the utilities are the same here. If usually you'll experience like a power outage, power go out, then it comes back on, and you're thinking
in a millisecond.
Well, no, it goes off, and then like long enough for if those old clock radios will lose their time, they come back on again. It's like 10 or 15 seconds, it comes back on. Then if it does it, and that's when a squirrel or something does exactly what you described, basically fries itself, and then if the power will come back on automatically, and then if it's the problem still there, it'll come back on, it'll short out again, and go off again, and you get 2 strikes. The third strike, you're done. Just like in baseball. So if your power goes off twice and it goes off the third time, call the utility because they got to come out and reset everything at that one.
So they
the first 2 are free.
They do actually use fuses, even in
these are
the
breakers.
US and Western. Yeah, they do use fuses instead of breakers, because just building a breaker that big that's going to be able to switch that much power, that's not particularly inexpensive. So what they do, they've got multiple fuses combined with switching. So they're switching, not circuit breaking, and then activating the next fuse. And that's why you said the first one goes out, the second one, and by the third time, then
you're done.
Yeah, someone's got to come out.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Well,
I
don't know what we have in Charleston, in South Carolina, but whatever it is, the system is very effective. I think they do some kind of rerouting. And it's literally milliseconds. Sometimes it's so short that it doesn't even reset the clocks that you know on your stove and microwave oven and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's so short, but it rarely happens. I will say we probably get one of those events a year, and it's usually during a huge lightning storm, or if we have a hurricane going through and we're getting some real bad effects of the hurricane. But rarely do we have blackouts, and the system is really good. Contrary to that type of a situation here, it's all the time. We have it all the time. And a lot of that I think a lot of that has to do with 100% in our area. The difference between the 3 big islands here, we have Luzon, Visaya, and Mindanao down in the south. Mindanao, which is where President Duterte comes from, they have a very good system down there. They're very developed. They're the first place in the Philippines that put all their utility systems underneath the ground. So, or they're in the process. In the big city like Davao, you'll see that a lot of their cables and all are buried. We have 0 of that here. 0.
Yeah.
We have 100% above ground. And I got to tell you, it's scary when you drive down the street and you look up take a look at any picture of the Philippines.
Arcing. Yeah.
It's like thousands of cables, and you're like, how can they figure out which cable goes where, which is a fiber cable, which is an electric cable, all these different electric cables and on the boxes. And they have the electric utility boxes with the meters on the side of the street. And they're like open wiring, the breaker boxes to turn, like even here in our subdivision right here, to turn on all the security lights. They open the door and it's got a regular circuit breaker switch like you would have inside your house, but it's exposed to the elements with the door open. They don't close the doors. So you wonder why we have so many brownouts. They call brownouts here, which are really blackouts in North America.
Actually, Bill's pointed out in the chat how he got a backup generator, and I just had one put in like a month ago, and probably never need it now because the grid is more solid. But Greg, you're right, man. I was at power control once. I was at power control once when I used to work in I was in nuclear fuels management a few summers undergrad. And they took us on a tour of the power control center. It's all like underground and everything. It's actually a pretty cool place. For COVID, they had everybody locked down in there, but they had the whole grid on this massive screen. It's like back in the 80s and 90s, it was pretty low tech, but they could reroute everything just like it described. And
Is that
There
what you were
go.
thinking about?
Oh, that's
That's it.
messy.
That's
That's manila.
exactly. That's a perfect picture right there. That's
Look at
no,
that.
but it's not just Manila. That's atypical everywhere around here. Everywhere you look,
Yeah.
it looks just like that. Just like that.
I
And
know.
what scares me is sometimes what Bill's asking me. Yeah, we're here in the Philippines. I'm not sure if he's familiar. But anyway, what scares me a lot of times is they'll have like one cable that'll be underneath all that one. That'll be the height of a person walking inside there, and it'll be out on a street, and you'll see the cars trying to go around that cable to prevent from breaking that cable. But who knows? Maybe that's somebody's fiber. Maybe that's somebody's whatever. But nobody goes there and tries to tie it back up with the rest of the stuff. They'll sit there for weeks and weeks before anybody will mess with it, or break it with a vehicle will go. A truck will go through there and just rip it out. So.
Yeah.
But yeah,
By the way, back to power, just for interest, something that was the coolest power system that I've worked on years ago in a data center environment was to not have any UPSs. And most people would think, what? You don't have any UPSs on a data center? And we didn't. Instead, we had flywheels. Flywheels which were running 24/7, a motor off the mains power was spinning them up. And then the power goes off, and
they keep
they
spinning.
were keeping spinning and providing generation for. You don't need it for more than 30 seconds or 60 seconds
cool.
to spin up your generator, but you never
Cool.
need to replace the batteries.
Yeah.
How cool
Wouldn't
is
work
that?
here because we don't ever get a 30-second. But ours are more like.
I wish.
No, but I'm talking about, by the time you've got a backup generator, which you don't want to have running all the time,
No.
have your
Well, that's
flywheel
what-
running and then do a switch over.
I don't know how they sync up. I was wondering how the how the transfer switch actually syncs up the AC signal. 'Cause you have to sync up, right? You're going, 0360, 0360, you got to sync it up.
Yeah, there are controllers that do all that stuff. It's all automatic.
Well, it probably monitors the incoming voltage because, like, we have an ATS, and our ATS monitors everything. And what it does, this is kind of academic at this point right now because I blew up my generator, kind of like what Greg was talking about. You don't run it 24 hours a day. During one of those typhoons, those 3 typhoons.
Overloaded it.
I overload. Well, we did 2 things. We overloaded.
Can't run the hairdryer. Can't run the hairdryer.
Well, Ness ran, and it was my
Lori
fault.
did
I
this
didn't
to
tell.
me.
I didn't tell. She ran the stove and the oven at the same time, and our backup generator is only it's
3,500 watt or something. Something
well,
small.
actually, it was a 5 kW or 6 kW.
Okay, but not
but
enough
it's
to do the
enough-
whole place.
It's enough to do all the lighting here. It's enough to do for the fans to stay comfortable. It's enough to run one stove, but we ran 2 stoves, and those are the biggest. Those are the biggest suckers of wattage of amperage inside the house, and we ran both of them. And then I heard and it was like if you've ever heard a piston blow up inside of an engine, and we had a
through a rod.
We had like a through a rod. We had a catastrophic failure, and then I walked inside the generator room, and the whole floor was just covered in black oil all over there from the diesel. Anyway, but yeah, we got to get a replacement. Unfortunately, for that generator right here, the company that sold, which was Wilcon, they had this Electron is the name of the company, but they don't have that model anymore. And I wanted to do like a 1-for-1 replacement of it. So it's plug and play. You just take the other one out, put the other one right back inside. And I learned my lesson. We learned our lesson, but they don't sell that model anymore. And our ATS, when it came here, it came with an instruction manual that showed what all the signals were between the connector, the aircraft style connector on the generator to the ATS.
Was that NEMA 4 or something?
It's a 6-pin. It's a 6-pin connector, and you have one thing that has to do with charging your battery inside. One thing that has to do for monitoring. It has all these for syncing. And the thing that Greg was talking about earlier, you two were talking about syncing between your grid.
If you're going to bring it in instantly, it has to sync.
And once it syncs everything up, then it does the transfer, so it's a seamless transfer over.
Yeah.
So that's what I was talking about on our ATS. It's sophisticated. There's electronics that are sophisticated enough inside there to make sure that everything syncs up properly.
Yeah. Thanks, Lori. Yeah, we had a power outage, and Lori decides. Now, mind you, this is a 3,500 watt Honda, overhead valve, and yeah. So all of a sudden, Lori decides she's going to dry her hair, and with a 1,800 watt generator or 1,800 watt hair dryer, done.
You killed it?
Well, we had the refrigerator going and a bunch of. I only had 5 circuits, but one of them was the bathroom where Lori was, and she figured she'd plug her hair dryer in because we had electric, right? She didn't realize there's a limit on how much power that could be provided by the little generator. It was an honest error. She's like, "What happened?" It's like, just turn your blow dryer on. It's like, you see what it says on the side of it? See it? 1,800. Well, out in the shed, there's something that says 3,500 on it. So you're about halfway there without anything else in the house running.
Well, we went generator replacement shopping. We're looking for a replacement generator, and unfortunately, the people here are probably not as informed as the people that work the sales force. It's just they don't really know a lot about their products. And you go inside there.
When we were getting one for my family as well, we got a Bulldog generator. I remember the brand name, but I can't remember anything else about it.
Yeah.
And all I want to know is what are the signals? Show me inside the manual what are the signals on the ATS ready. But many of them are ATS ready, which ATS ready means there's already cable inside there and it has signals on it. But if you have and it doesn't come with an ATS box, so you have to buy an
video
ATS
coming.
box. So what you have to do, well, I don't know, maybe.
No, I smell a video coming, James.
Yeah, you have to make sure that
I'll watch that one from end to end.
Yeah, the signals have to be the same signal that goes to do inside what it's expecting inside the ATS from your generator.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, every place I've been to so far in Lipa and Rosario, they have tons of generators, especially after those last 3 typhoons came through here. They have a great inventory. Not one of them has a manual that shows the signals on the ATS connector inside there. I mean, I could rewire anything as long as I know what the signal is on there, but I can't do it without knowing what the signals are. So we haven't selected a replacement generator yet.
Welcome to the generator portion of the show.
Yeah.
This is an electrifying discussion.
It
is.
But we'll do that. We'll do that. We will. I promise you that.
Shocking, isn't it? We're talking about this stuff.
We will when we find something that's adequate. We will do a video on that one right there because everybody's always asking about backup generators in the Philippines, and everybody. You look at all the channels now that are doing similar to what we started here, building their house. Most everybody is integrating a generator in their plan.
Are you all propane? Do you guys have to have the big propane tank basically?
The only thing that we have on gas is this. Right, that's the only thing right there.
No, I was just curious. You don't have natural gas on the island. You have propane.
Everything is everything in our house.
It's all electric. So, you could get a propane tank though, and then have a propane backed up. Like I have a Cummins outside my house, but it's natural gas fed because of where I am. But they can run on propane too.
It's an generator.
It's an automatic. It automatically switches over. Takes the whole house.
Yeah. Availability over here. Availability is almost all gas and diesel.
Yeah. I saw them in the Caribbean. One of the places we rented in the Caribbean, fortunately, when we were there during a tropical storm and the power went out, our generator came on and we just sat there and watched TV and drank rum and had a good old time.
Oh, it was so nice when we had the generator. When the nice thing for us is PLDT, which is our internet provider here. They're extremely stable. They're probably the most stable thing.
PL something?
PLDT.
What?
PLDT.
Sorry, you said stable?
Here in our area. I know about other. I know. I know about other areas. I know the people complaining about different
You're on
service,
fiber?
But what's that?
You're on fiber?
We're on fiber. Yeah, we have 100 Mbps is what we have in there, and it's as a matter of fact, I often check the data rate, and yesterday I checked it, and we were 150 something down, but our up is always around 54, right around 54, and they throttle that
Michael.
purposely. But what I was getting to stability. The only thing that is 100 that I've seen, and I should really be and it's been for the 3 years that I've been here, PLD has never gone down, even except for when the ants got in our box and they ate all the electronics inside there. But I can't blame that on PLDT. Well, I guess I can, because it was the technician that left the door open to the fiber switch. But anyway, the PLDT, when our generator worked, when it was not broken, as soon as it came back online, we had internet when nobody else, because the PLDT doesn't go down. They're on ups, and they're different from our electric utility company right here. So it's always been.
We had a big old ice storm back in 2003, and I remember I had that Honda generator I was telling you about, and we Syracuse was in the NCAA tournament game against Kansas that particular evening when we had no power. I mean, we had power, none of our neighbors did. I could have been a hero, invited all my neighbors over, because SU basketball is like a huge thing here, and instead because I hate my neighbors, I had I had lights on. I'm watching the game. We had satellite. To your point, though, we had satellite, so we didn't have to worry about wires for the TV transmission. We had satellites. Satellites were just fine. So we were watching the SU game, laughing at our neighbors.
You see your wife? You see your wife's message that just came out there? You missed it. You were talking. She's already planning the trip. She's packing her bag.
There
it is. Yeah, she's already planning. We're looking forward to you guys coming over. Once all this craziness starts stabilizing.
Maybe Lori and me and Art.
Oh, that'd be great. We got plenty of room. Yeah.
That'd be a party.
Hey James, if Art's going to put this on the screen, this is the PLDT stats right now for my family over there. Just out of interest.
Well, that is incredible. They have a different plan that I have here. What's the plan? Because mine's a 100. Mine's a 100 MIPS plan that I have over here.
Yeah, that's nice.
But you have the next step up from the one. You have the next step up, because for you to be able to get 158 up, you must have like a 300 plan or something like that.
Yeah. Anyway, it's working well.
Oh, and Art and Chuck, when I was on earlier, and you said I was
eating pancakes,
freezing and everything like that, I gotta apologize. I didn't check my internet connection. The connection I was on, I'm surprised it was even working with video, because that was my VPN. I was connected to my VPN client here that goes to my VPN server in my house in the US and then comes back to here again. So normally I only get like about 15 MIPS on that one VPN connection right there. It's really, so when I checked that, I went back on the straight PLDT connection.
I'm 90 up right now, 91, 92, and 93, 94.
I have a quick question.
93.85 up.
Download.
And 85.5 down, 93.8 up.
So let me, now, what was yours? What did you say?
Like,
I had a quick question.
83 and some change and 90 something down. Sorry, Greg.
90 something. Okay, I'm going to show you what mine is.
Up. I said backwards. down. 80 down, 90 up, basically.
I'm doing speed test right now, and you got to realize this is speed test while we're doing video right here.
That's what I did too. I did the same thing as you. I ran it right now.
So we're doing, and I'll show you, and it's the same. It's what I told you that I tested last night, but I'll give you a screen capture of this one. So.
For some reason, I have Venus swimwear thing popping up. That's pretty nice. I like those ads.
Okay.
What's Lori been shopping for? I wonder.
See if I can do this. Okay, this is the one that I just did just while we were sitting here talking right here. So. Oh, did I? Yeah, I sent it to you. There you go. So I got, like I told you last night, it was like over 150 down, and somewhere around 50 on the up. And I pay for 100 up and down. If I complained about it, I would go inside and they would fix that, because they're purposely throttling on my uplink. And PLDT is real good. The customer support is fantastic here.
Oh, James, I've had the opposite experience.
Yeah, it's location. It's region and location.
Yeah,
but I've been.
We're only the other side of the volcano. You know, it's just.
Yeah.
It's not that far away.
The other side of the volcano. Sounds funny. Just on the other side of the volcano.
James, let me ask you a quick question. Have you heard of CGNAT before?
CGNAT?
Yeah, CGNAT. So you've heard of Network Address Translation, NAT?
I know NAT, yeah.
CGNAT is carrier grade NAT, where the carriers, your IP address that's on your local router is different to the one that the outside world sees. So if you want an outbound connection to come in to you, it doesn't work so easy, in really simple terms. I'm curious if you've got CGNAT on your service, or did you pay for a static IP, or?
No. I mean, the basics of networking are you have a public address and a private address. All your private addresses are your 192 addresses inside your house, and everything. When you go inside your router or modem, because a modem is nothing more than a router, when you go inside and you use your admin password and go inside, you'll see what your outside address and what your inside address.
Yeah, fully aware of that. It changes every now and again.
And then if you want to NAT something, and say like
James,
you have.
This is different though. Just imagine, instead of just natting your internal network to your outside public address, there's another set of addresses, not like your 192.168. It's another set of reserved addresses, which this has only been around for the last few years.
For porting?
And, sorry?
For porting.
For porting, no.
He's talking about porting an address.
No, not port numbers.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So the address that gets allocated to your local router or modem or whatever is not what the outside world sees. They've got a local concentrator then where all of those other things come into, and there's one IP address, public IP address, for tens of thousands of customers. That's CGNAT, carrier grade NAT. If you do a Google.
Well, I will look that up. I was a network engineer, but I've been out of the business. I retired back in 2017, 2016. I retired. So that's not a term I've ever heard. So it must be something that's fairly within the last 6 or 7 years. It must be something that's fairly new. I would like to look that up. I'm going to step out for a second. I just got the low battery warning, and I don't have the computer hooked up. Let me plug in. So you guys just continue.
CGNAT, huh?
Yeah, carrier grade NAT. It's a pain in the ass. It really is, because if you want a port that's exposed to the outside world, you can't do it in really simple terms.
There you go.
Anyway.
I don't mess with
and
that.
And it's one of my annoyances with PLDT that they won't turn it off.
Good old Verizon. Big red here. Fios.
I know Verizon very, very well. At one point, I was Asia Pacific Vice President for Verizon for 3 divisions. So, been there, done that, wrote the book.
Been there, done it. Nice.
Yeah.
Greg, what service do they have down in Mindanao, especially in Zamboanga?
Massage services?
Internet service.
I don't know
specifically,
but
power.
PLDT is your generic company in the Philippines. You've either got that or you've got Globe, I think it's called. What else do they have? Those are the 2 big ones.
Okay. Yeah, because my girlfriend doesn't have internet at her house, but if she goes out to the beach, she's got internet connection.
Lori is networking up a storm out there. Holy.
Sorry about that. I would have disappeared. Maybe that would have been a good thing, but I would have disappeared. It's like,
well, it was quiet.
I saw you wiring up. Saw you running cable, laying cable down to get juice.
laying cable.
Rolling as a spool. Roll her out.
Well, speaking of laying cable, I have a shipment coming in from my Canadian friend that will be laying some cable down because I also have a pump replacement for the Hayward pump that's inside the swimming pool that works inside the waterfall area. But I got one of those variables. I have a variable speed.
Ooh,
One of the
variable
real
speed pump.
variable
Nice.
speed. Yeah, that really saves a lot of money on electricity. It's very quiet, very efficient, and it's also, you can remote it, and that's what the laying the cable is going to be. We're going to remote it for. I'm not sure. If we're going to be one of the projects. I probably said I wasn't going to talk about it, but I can talk about it. It's okay.
You sure?
We're going to be
a video.
The Bahe Kubo is going away.
Yeah.
But
Look at our.
the Bahe Kubo is going away, and we're going to be putting a pavilion
We'll call
back
this
here.
the Chuck and James show.
That sounded
We're
bad, James.
We're gonna. I don't pay attention to.
He's
that
the
guy up
host.
there. Yeah.
He's the host. This is his show.
So anyway, one of the projects that's going to be coming up, I'm trying to work with logistics right now. Bahe Kubo is going to go away. It's served its purpose. It's been a home office. It's been a place to relax and eat and entertain. But we're going to expand to about 4 times the size of Bahe Kubo right here, and we're going to put a pavilion back there that's more appropriate for looking out onto the swimming pool, and we'll have a dining area inside the center of it. So my wife wants one of those. You ever go into those Korean restaurants and they have the cooking in the center where you can cook barbecue and things like that? She wants that, so we're going to try to build.
Here we go.
So you got it here first on Art's channel.
One shrimp.
Exclusive.
So we're working on that. Well, I forgot what we were even talking about before I went.
I don't know. We were talking. Before you had your power outage, we were your power shortage.
Talking about power shortages.
We were talking about CGNAT, and then we moved.
Oh yeah. So I want to look that up. Greg.
Is the power shortage the supply for art?
The power shortage supply.
It was James' laptop
It was
power
the power
supply.
for art
Was running
shortage.
lean. What? Oh, art shortage? You mean art shortage?
Sorry, had to be done. Go ahead, James.
I don't. Well, anyway, I want to look that up. What you're talking about.
I've just pasted something in the private chat, a link to the PLDT wiki page about it. So if you go from comments to private chat in the StreamYard window,
there is.
see a link
I see that. I've got that. Okay, I will. Here, let me copy that link.
You will enjoy that.
Yeah. Let's see. How do I do that? Ooh.
Clicky,
I got
clicky.
it. Okay, I got it.
Just click it and it'll open a new window.
I assure you that link
Well,
is
I'm not
fake.
going to look at it. I'm not going to look at it right now because
Now Greg has access to all your freaking bank accounts and everything. You're welcome.
Lori's got a question for you, James.
Oh, we get that question all the time. As a matter of fact, someone in, I don't know if they sent me an email or if it was on the comment section. They said, "Oh, wouldn't it be great to do a video on how you met your wife and all this kind of stuff?" So I don't want to give up too much because it's pretty involved. It's something.
That's a good idea for a video.
My wife and I dated for 5 years before we actually committed.
Gotcha,
it's long. Yeah. So I don't want to get into too much, and I apologize, Lori, for that, because we actually want to do. I think it's an interesting video, and we will do that because there's a lot of stuff that we will probably reveal. Real neat stuff. So we'll do that later on.
Lori, that's a good idea, isn't it? She'll go talk to her. Yeah, she's gonna get a kick out of that.
We get questions.
How about you, Greg?
All the time. Yeah, how about you guys?
You and your asylum.
I'm keeping it a secret. I think it's a good video idea.
How about what? Sorry.
How did you and your asylum meet?
Don't tell him. Don't tell him. Oh my God, Lori's gonna tell you. Don't tell her. No.
Would you like to hear? Hey, I wish I had Ken Heron's soundboard and I could put in the romantic music in the background.
Yeah.
So, when I was working for the Big Red V Verizon, and actually before then, I also have my own business. And it's been running for many years, and it was growing successfully, and I needed tech support. I needed someone to do that while I was at the day job. And so I looked around different countries thinking, oh, I'll just get an offshore person who can learn some processes and provide customer support. So I looked in Malaysia, Hong Kong, Philippines, India, Singapore, and I was advertising on some forums that no longer exist, but that's another story. And long story short, I picked someone. So I had this person then working for me and answering support tickets and doing all of that kind of fun stuff. And then sometime later for the day job for Verizon, I needed to go to the Philippines. Oh, he's doing the music.
Yes.
Sometime later, I needed to go to the Philippines for the day job. And I said to myself, hey, I'd be stupid to not try and look up this person. So I looked her up and I went out to her farm. And the very first thing that happened was she said, okay, you're taking me and the family out to dinner. And we're going to a really, really expensive restaurant. I hope you've got lots of money in your wallet. And it turned out to be this wooden shack on the side of the road that was serving soup. And it cost me all of about a couple of dollars to feed the whole family. And it's a big family. She's one of 7 sisters and 1 brother. And then you've got the aunties, the uncles, the cousins. You can imagine you go to the airport to get a lift to the family house, and it's a big affair. Anyway, so it was love at first soup.
First soup. Nice.
Luckily, it wasn't Vichy Soir.
Vichy Soir.
Cold.
So there you go. There's the story.
Ah, very nice. Very nice.
Well, guys, we managed to do over 3 hours.
Jeez.
I'm sure, StreamYard, you're getting close to your limit.
Do you have a limit?
Yeah,
Yeah, I think
20 hours a month.
Yeah, I think you said 3. So yeah, but 20 hours. So you've been pushing around 3
Going
hours.
right to the red line. Yeah, we're going right to the red line, man.
Man, you need to start paying. You're making all that money. You're making all that money on YouTube. You need to start paying for StreamYard instead of this freebie.
Actually,
while they have those plans, I think they're a little bit flexible about them as long as you don't do it all the time.
2K drones is we're using paid StreamYard. We have 1080p, baby. Nothing but the best for 2K drones.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could do up to 10 people at a time.
Yeah, I suppose.
But I think are we restricted to like 720 here? Is that what this is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I've gone back and I've looked at your videos and they look
They're
really
fine.
clear.
720 is
really,
nice.
I think if you're doing just what we're doing right here, where we have multi screens or people talking, I think 720 is just fine. I think if you're doing drone footage, mainly what like Greg does on his channel, and
I'm 720p. Did you know?
You're 720.
Yeah.
I'm saying if you really wanted to highlight some of then the 1080 might be worth paying for. But everything I've seen on all your channels, everything looks good. The 720 seems, and we watch it on the 55-inch. I think it's a 55-inch screen.
Oh, we haven't actually. You know what's funny, James? Our stuff we just upgraded to 1080p. Like we haven't even done a stream with it yet. So the next one will be 1080p. But yeah, I think you're right. It's pretty good 720. Keith wanted to do it, so I'm like, yeah, okay.
I've stayed on that originally because the internet was pre-NBN and it was crap. And I've just never changed it. I mean, I technically probably could go up to 1080p now, but I also have an extra level of complexity that, as you know, I restream to YouTube and Facebook and Twitch and DLive, and I've forgotten what the other ones are.
Simultaneously.
Greg, you got like the most complex setup of anybody I've ever seen. I gotta tell you.
I was kind of wondering, Greg, how does that affect like your viewing on like? So you have viewers on YouTube, then you have viewers on But they're all split up, right? They're all like in their own little silo. So it's can they see
There are
one
some
another's
people
chats
who
and stuff?
choose to. There are some people who choose to watch a platform, and that's their choice. The chat that we show on the screen that we interact with is only the YouTube one, and that's a limitation.
Yeah, because they can't see. So like the Facebook chat won't see the chat going on the YouTube chat. Basically, it's like simulcasts, but they're just kind of separated.
So I had originally planned to sit down and write a bot that would log into all of the chat servers and echo and copy over the info from one to the other.
Killer, that'd be awesome.
Well, it's part of Restream if you use the Restream paid service, but I'm cheap.
yeah. I figured there was a way, but it must. Yeah. Okay.
So I've got a quick question, and I'm sure somebody knows it, and I think I already know the answer, but I'm not sure. So if you restream, or if you do a link on something like Facebook or whatever the other services that you were just talking about, Greg, but it links to your YouTube channel. When they click on it, do you get credit on your YouTube for the view on YouTube, or you do?
They do. Yeah.
We do. We do.
Depends
Facebook.
if you're doing. Yeah, if you're posting your YouTube links in Facebook and they click it in Facebook, your YouTube viewer counts go up, and that's fine. But this is a different scenario where it's live on both channels at the same time, and it's not YouTube inside Facebook. It's native Facebook video.
The streams are separated basically, so you have two different streams of communication going on.
Yeah.
So like anybody.
So you don't get credit. You don't get.
Well,
credit
no, you get
for
credit.
those
The way I'm
live
doing it, I
stream
don't.
event.
Oh, I thought you said you did. I thought you said
No,
you did get views.
He said the
you got
way
view
that I
hours.
do it, the way that I do it, if I have a pre-recorded and edited video and I push it and I put a link on Facebook, which is
that's
actually
fine.
and the
That's
only
a
reason
link.
I do it on Facebook is because most of the Philippines is on Facebook. Most people in North America, I would say the majority, they're browsing, surfing on YouTube, or they're waiting for that notification on YouTube. But in the Philippines, it's actually the opposite. Everybody, this is the biggest Facebook user in the world, and I think that's statistically true. Yeah. And so that's why I do it, to be able to get
And do you know how
exposure.
they did that? That was such a smart thing for them to do. They partnered up with
Smart
Globe,
PLDT,
Globe and Smart, and I didn't know PLDT, but they said,
but they
we
merged.
want you to include
PLDT and Smart are together now.
Yeah. But they said, we want you to have no data cap in your plans and just include the Facebook data. And the company said, okay.
Yeah.
There was some commercial arrangement. And
Yeah, I have Smart. I have Smart on here, and it says when with the part of the subscription is your Facebook stuff is free. They don't even charge you for that. They don't even charge you for that. Anything else?
With SM in front of it.
Oh, here we go. Nice. You know, talk about the penetration of the signal there too, Art. Yeah.
Oh, that's what she said.
Yeah, nice penetration. I got your penetration.
Okay, do you want to change the made for kids thing to definitely not?
Definitely not. Well, we were talking about OcuSync 2 and 3 earlier, and that word came up, and it seemed apropos, and it got all Art hot and bothered.
Yeah.
On purpose.
Uh-huh.
Sorry, Greg.
Anyway. Cricket sound effect.
Yeah. Well, anyway, Art. Hopefully, one of my next videos is going to be. We'll get to see that picture of the real blossom come out from the dragon fruit.
There you go.
I blew this last one, but we have plenty more opportunities that we have lots.
Set up that camera. Let it roll, man.
Yep.
Yeah, there you go.
And I think that's a great idea when we know we're getting close to it.
Put it on a tripod. Have a canopy over. If you're worried about rain, you could have a canopy over it, but the GoPro can take it.
Sometimes, Chuck, you have some good ideas. You have such great ideas sometimes. And I tell you what, I'm going to steal one of your ideas if you don't mind.
Steal
I
them
really
all.
love.
There's nothing genius. I imagine everything I've thought of, somebody else already
Well,
thought.
you did something I thought was so cool. It was so cool, and it was on one of your videos that you do with your co-partner on your drone channel stuff, and you did the opening like the MGM lion thing. It was you, and then you kind of slipped out of the way, and
that was the green screen. The green screen was used for that. So like,
yeah. Well, I
So-
don't have a I wanted, but my idea was I wanted to do it with both the dogs, but I don't think I can get the dogs to sit still enough behind the green screen thing for them to be. Because I want them
to
to
go like this. You know, it's like that was like I had to roar and go like that. Keith,
Yeah, I saw that.
I
That
did
was
it in front of the green screen, and then Keith did his thing, and then
that was a
Keith
nice
put 'em-
move. That nice
Keith
effect.
put them together though. Keith did the heavy lifting. He put it all together for us because at the time I was just learning Fusion. Well, I'm still learning Fusion, but he's proficient in After Effects or whatever it is. What is it for Final Cut and all that stuff? He's more proficient. He does
projects
the
coming
graphics.
up. Projects coming up are I told you
Power systems.
The big project for the
Power systems.
That's what I wanted.
Power.
Yeah, big
More power.
It's a power multiplier.
No, that's force multiplier.
Okay.
question about projects coming out. Big project pavilion replacement for the Baja Cubo. That's going to be a big one, but that won't be anytime soon because we're in the planning phase on that right now. I need to be able to see if I can source the. Hey Ray.
Hey Ray.
I need to be able to source the materials for the type of materials that I want to use for this, and I don't know how that's going to work right now with some of the lockdowns and availability of supplies. So that'll be a big project. I'm also going to do very soon, is the life support system. I'm going to put in a couple of check valves inside there. I want to show people and talk a little bit about check valves, why you need to put check valves for different types of pool systems.
No backflow. No backflow.
The necessity. I don't want to get into it too much. I'll be giving away my whole episode on that one. So
that's why you need the variable speed pump. It sounds like you get some other stuff going on, 3-way valves and stuff.
So I will be doing.
Enough talk about 3-ways, but anyway, moving right along.
It's plumbing, man.
So that's another project. That's another project that's coming up. I have so many I have many projects. I actually have a project that's going to be doing for building a table saw table bench. I have a DeWalt table saw that I bought, 4, 5, 6 months ago, and it's sitting in the basement, still brand new in the box. And that's going to be built for another project, which is going to be how to build your own wardrobes and in-wall cabinetry systems inside your house, because I'll be doing that as well. So a lot of projects. There's many, many big projects that are coming up. So stand by.
One of my favorite how-to projects that I saw recently, Adam Savage, the dude from Mythbusters, he did a shop vac project where he built a complete system for, sawdust removal and all hoses and all sorts of other stuff all around his shop. It was an interesting project, but the end solution sucked.
Yeah. I love the people who integrate, and I'm not sure if I'm going to do that because it's pretty complex for the vacuum system, because you build a container and you just like the Lowe's, like those Lowe's, you can buy those buckets and you can stack one bucket onto the other. You can do chambers inside there and hook that up to like a shop vac and run that for dropping down all your sawdust and stuff like that. I can do that, but it's pretty integrated and also makes your bench a little bit bigger. I don't know if we're going to get that complex in our project build, but we'll see.
Hey, before I go, I've got to ask, if you are doing live streaming in future, what will you use as your software and why?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm gonna start. I want to be simple. I can't do
OBS, vMix, Wirecast, Streamlabs.
StreamYard. I'm doing StreamYard. StreamYard seems to be the simplest.
I like it. You can do it all right from StreamYards.
It's intuitive. It's so intuitive. It's easy set. It's set up. It's like today when Art sent out the invitation for me to just jump right in really quick. I went downstairs. I grabbed the microphone right here. I came up here and plugged it. This is where we eat breakfast. Is out on the porch. Yep. Boom. I was in within seconds. Now I know yours. Greg, you have a great show. I mean, and presentation is awesome, but you also have a producer and a director, and you put so much into your show, and cool. I don't have.
At
right
the
now,
end of the day, her skill in doing what she's doing is, she's got to the point where it's almost autopilot. If the only reason I don't do a single man operation is you have a look at the comparison of Ken's show, and he's just so quick and so fast. And I don't have the ability to multitask the presentation and the communication as well as he does. I think I will try and get there eventually one day, but to answer my earlier question, I'm playing with OBS to the point where I've already built part of the show template ready for use, and it's still a work in progress, but eventually want to change to it, see how that goes.
You want to go to OBS?
Well,
I know
I think
Droning
OBS
On uses OBS.
OBS is really powerful. I used my first two live streaming events were OBS, but I wasn't ready for prime time when I did both of those. I needed some more learning, and it was fairly obvious. I wasn't prepared for those, but I could see the potential of OBS. And I would like to get to that stage one time. I would like to advance. I always want to improve, but and I slowly will. But to begin with, I will start with a very simplistic type of
StreamYard
like
is nice. It's clean.
Yeah,
clean.
This is clean.
Having the chat come up over us sometimes sucks, because like you watch Ken's show and it's polished, but like he had Geeks Fana on the other night and all the chat's going up over Sean's face. I'm like, kind of sucks.
Why was that happening? Are you talking about chat in the phone, or are you talking about actually in the video?
I was watching Ken on the big screen TV, the Android TV, and in that case, the chat window came up like over.
I think that's
here.
the setting in your Android stuff. It shouldn't be on the top of. Yeah, that's your TV.
No, it was his stuff. It was his stuff. It's his stuff coming up.
Oh,
I had my own stuff. I had my own
what's on
stream
top?
coming up on my own stream came up all the way on the right side of the TV. Then, where his window was, like our four panes are, on the right side, like where I am, it was coming up over. It would have been coming up over me.
No, Ken's show, he had two boxes at the bottom, like he always does.
Was
the
it
one
two
at
and
the
one
top
at the
and
top?
middle. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was the one. So where Sean was, he was getting like covered up with text. I think it was my TV, huh?
I think it's your TV because I watched the show and it wasn't there for me.
Yeah, I think
Art, was
so,
it there for you?
Chuck.
Yeah. Sorry, Chucky. It's your problem.
Okay. I talked to Sean about it later. He didn't seem too upset. I'm not changing TVs for
No, it's
Thursday
just
Night
a setting.
Live. I can
It's just a
promise you
setting.
that.
It's just a setting.
Yep.
Anyway, I think it's time for me to bail.
I think we
I
should all
think
bail.
we're all gonna bail out here for.
Yeah, Art's getting nervous because the clock's running. It's gonna run out of time.
I'm getting hungry too. So I've
Yeah.
got Papa
I got a couple
John's is
I got a couple
waiting
waffles
for me
left
to fill
over
out
here.
my order.
Ooh, waffles.
Waffles. They were good this
We need
morning.
a transporter room. Where are these damn things? I thought they're supposed to be around by now. Star Trek.
Well, I gotta tell you,
Hold up.
they were good, but it was kind of a little weird taste because normally I ask my wife to buy like a vegetable oil that I coat the waffle thing, and the only thing we had available this morning was olive oil,
No.
and it just had
Oh, you
the olive-
substituted.
Yeah.
olive oil and waffles.
Yeah, probably not good. You guys
No,
butter or
not
something. You
good.
can't.
Not quite
yeah.
as good. Not quite as good as the other types of oil, pure vegetable oil and stuff like that.
Butter. Always butter.
Now butter
Yep.
burns.
Yep.
If you do a butter inside your waffle maker, it'll burn. It makes a lot of smoke.
Grapeseed oil.
Okay. James, enough
Yeah.
waffle. See you later. Bye.
All right, man.
All right. Bye-bye,
All
Greg.
right. Bye, everybody. Greg,
Bye.
hope
Yeah.
you feel better soon. Hope this heals up
Yes.
fast.
Okay.
Same
See
here.
you guys.
Put some ice
Bye.
on it.
Have Tylenol handy.
We don't have Tylenol. Bye.
Well, you have something different. Oh.
Okay.
All right, guys. Well, it was a pleasure, man. It was a pleasure. It's always a pleasure with you too. Always, and whoever you have for
Well,
a
thank
guest
you.
on your show. Always. Thanks, Art.
Burned Greg out. Look at that.
I
All right,
All
can't
right,
find
we'll bump James out right there, Chuck. It's just take care, have a great weekend, and come over to my other show tomorrow afternoon.
Maybe. All right. Have a good night. Thanks for having me, Art. Bye, everybody. Peace out.
Bye-bye. All right, everyone. Thanks for coming by. It was a marathon show. Next week, we'll see you next week. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.